everybody, and welcome to Table Hops and our Dungeons & Dragons Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign, which we just started last week. For those of you who maybe missed the first episode, it is available on YouTube and podcast form. And we had Natel and Arissa and Valtreya travel from Waterdeep, and they met with Mirnix, Toro, Button, and Tira from Icewind Dale. They had been tasked by Natel's cousins Tavis with hunting down Stephek Kaltro, the bodyguard of a traveling merchant company called Torgs, as he is a suspect in a series of murders around 10 towns. On the way to Targos, they encountered 3 wooden dwarves named Hruna, Korux, and Dr. Michael Rodriguez, whose shipment of iron ingots to Bryn Shander was attacked by a yeti. So that's where we're going to be starting off. You might have noticed we have a new character. Well, not a new character. A new player to this campaign. Our friend Sarah, who is playing Natel. Oh, sorry, who is playing Anarissa, the player previously known as Ennui. And they're having a little trouble dealing with the cold. So, Anarissa, do you want to just introduce your characters to the viewers at home?
Sure, although I feel like the joke was going to be just me sitting here and not being revealed until I was the bundle of cloths on the sled who was there the entire time.
That would work, but there is a giant name tag that says your character's name on it. So no one reads. That's fair.
Yeah, so sure, why not? I'll just talk like this outfit is entirely normal. So Ennui was her name that she used as a rogue in Waterdeep, but her real name is Anarissa. And then when she decides really to go full into Two Napkins Juicy, she just kind of drops the double name, and no one really seems to notice the difference. It wasn't really apparently that effective of a secret identity. So so she is going up to the Icewind Dale area with Natel and Valtreya, and since she has always spent her life in Waterdeep, she is not prepared for any of this.
So I believe last time everyone suited up, so to speak, with their cold weather clothing and got an axe beak, and then Natel's like, that's a neat trick. I'm an axe beak now. And then you got a sled, and there was all kinds of things. And we're starting our adventure in the your little like frozen campsite, just waiting out this blizzard on your way to the next town of Targos. Just then, Toro grumpily mentions, I have nothing to do with these dwarves. They're none of my concern. I'll scout on ahead and see if I can find some information about Torgs. I'll meet you in Targos. And with that, he dons his snowshoes and marches off into the darkness. Because it's always dark. What would you guys like to do?
To go find a yeti, yes.
Sounds good to me. So we're going to be scouting off-road, right, to find these, hopefully find the sled that had these dwarves' ingots on it. So who would like to roll to see if they can find any tracks in the snow? It's going to be difficult with the blizzard just going through. It's going to be survival-based.
Yeah, I can do it.
I have +0.
That's investigation?
No, it's survival.
Yeah, I can do it. Hang on.
Don't we have a tracker? Like, isn't
That's pretty much
Button's a
button.
tracker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. I'm not great, but I'm all right.
If you want, I can use one of my ravens to help you.
And I can guide you.
Oh, well, all right. I will do that then.
Go ahead and roll at advantage and then add a d4.
Very well.
So I'll send Leif off my shoulder and scouting out ahead of Buttons, surveying from the air.
Okay. So this is that the spiritual one or the actual flesh and blood one?
That's my flesh and blood familiar one.
All right. So the raven takes to the skies and
17.
17. Okay. So unfortunately, you can't find any yeti tracks. Any large footprints that were in here are probably buried by the blizzard blowing the snow around. However, you do see large divots in the ground that may have been from a sled. They lead a little deeper into the forest.
These are either a sled or they belong to one creature with one very long leg.
or two side by side that slide. So knowing that, what is your guys' approach? What would you like to do?
I feel follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks? All right, sounds good.
I mean, it sounds like a plan.
Are the dwarves coming with us?
No, the dwarves were injured. You know, they were frostbitten. Part of them, you know, like they lost like their noses, part of their fingers from the frostbite. Good thing they had a doctor with them, Dr. Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm glad there's a doctor there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that helps. So they went
it's
back.
Like, I'm actually an ophthalmologist, so it's not great.
They went back to Bryn Shander. So I'll bring up the display for everybody here. And then you guys should see the map appear. Why didn't my other map appear? Did you guys see the map appear?
Yeah,
it's just super high. It's high res.
It's super high res, so you got to zoom out quite the ways. But where we are right now is in between Bryn Shander and Targos, about a third of the way there, and they went back to Bryn Shander from that point. So, knowing that,
Forgotten Realms space station to look down from this map.
Yeah, this is exactly the International Faerunian Space Station. That looks down upon the land. So, knowing that, you guys head towards the sound of, the tracks that lead into the forest, and you hear the sound of some creatures talking back and forth, but you're not quite sure what the language is. You'd have to get a little bit closer.
I could try to stealth forward and see if I can see what's going on.
All right. Why don't you make a stealth check?
Cool. In all my bundles of clothing. I don't know why it rolled sleight of hand, but we're gonna hit stealth and see.
Oh, that's much better.
Oh, great.
Much better.
I mean, sure.
So
I'll take it.
Ennui wraps the warm clothes around her against the cold and darts into the forest. And further up, you hear a roar that overlooks these voices that are speaking. Let me see what your character languages are. Or do you have them in front of you?
Elvish, Infernal, Common, Nim Sign Language, Thieves Can't.
Nim Sign Language is on your sheet. That's fantastic. All right, so as you can't make out the sounds, or you can't make out the meaning of the sounds, but when you get closer, you see a very large, looks like a war wagon, and it's led by two large polar bears. So let me go ahead and show you that picture right now, and that should appear on your screen.
That's pretty fucking cool.
They're so cute.
That is, I love it.
They are.
And
I want one now.
So,
yeah, can I trade in my chocobo?
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like these groups are rather friendly, as behind that large sort of war wagon looks to be the remnants of a sled that was damaged by some sort of attack, and goblins are lifting up ingots and bringing them from the sled onto their war wagon. So that you found the wagon, but it's looks like it's been, or the sled, but it looks like it's been taken over by goblins.
Okay. Well, I am going to use message to relay that back to Natal.
Okay. Natal, you receive that message. Warning of the goblins.
Ugh, more goblins. Okay. Not friendly goblins.
Not friendly. You notice one is a little bit
Goblins
larger.
are terrible. You should never talk to them.
You take that back and hold your...
like the worst.
Some of our very good friends were goblins.
Oh. Interesting.
So you know the goblins here in Icewind Dale are ruthless. They do whatever they need to survive. They're very much kind of like the what are the Jawas from Star Wars, where they just sort of like loot and plunder anything that's been remained. So you do see that one of the goblins is a little bit larger than the others, and he looks to obviously be in charge. He's sitting on that little balcony with a whip in hand over the polar bears.
Already don't like him.
Ooh, no.
Polar bears look also very ferocious.
Yeah. So, I'm staying here for a second to keep hidden and keep my eyes on them. And
Okay.
Are the others coming forward, or, I mean, I'm in communication because it's a cantrip.
Right.
I can just keep
Okay.
sending message and they can reply back.
So you all have learned about these goblins. Would you like to move forward?
If we want to be sneaky, I have Pass Without a Trace.
I like the
Yes,
sound of this, yeah.
I always prefer to approach unnoticed as long as I can.
Saying we can just run up in there and just hit everybody, but we can sneak too.
All right, so I like this. So this is going to be our first combat of this new campaign. Pretty exciting, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try and catch these goblins by surprise. The way it's going to work is you're all going to roll stealth, adding plus 10 from Pass Without a Trace, and then I have to see if any of the goblins notice you. I'll take the lowest of the player rolls or just see who sees who. Okay? So here comes...
And I say that as I see them getting... I'll ready my bow. I don't necessarily want to take a shot until they're close enough in case I get surrounded.
Okay. But you should see the map appear on your screen, and I put all your tokens on there for you. And Jack, you should have...
wow.
You should have, what's the word? Control over the ravens.
Yes, thank you.
You are more than welcome. Okay.
I crit failed.
Oh, no. Okay. All right.
With a
What's
10,
the
it's a
little-
13.
With a 10, it's a 13.
Okay. So it looks like
Okay,
our
so-
lowest roll is a 13. So I'm going to see if any of the goblins notice you, okay? So here goes their...
I'm already like off to the side because I am...
Nope.
Have you finished
Let me
your
try the goblin
burrito?
boss.
Yeah, go for it. There's water
Not
on
even a
the
little
for
bit?
now.
Polar bears. Oh, why is it rolling twice? Do I take the first? Oh, I take the first number because it's always rolling thing. All right, so coincidentally, none of them know what's going on. There's still some remnants of the blizzard that's sort of hiding your tracks, even though Myrnix, the large dragonborn, is making a decent amount of noise trampling through the forest. They haven't noticed you, so if you decide to attack, you're going to get the first round with surprise.
Cool.
Chris, we can't see your rolls, by the way.
Yeah, you're not going to see them. They're secret.
Okay.
That's how all the tokens are set up in this digital version.
I was just making sure. I was like going, oh, is my thing freezing? Is that what's happening? And then I saw
it's
others
so he can fudge his numbers or punish us, even though he rolled very low. I've
Oh,
done
did
that
I
before.
make the DM inspiration cheaper? Yes, I am trying to cheat there, MP3 Chaos. My bad. They should be the same. I thought it was 2250, but maybe I did the numbers wrong. All right, so what are we doing, guys?
Ooh.
I suppose I'm going to ask very quietly, are we to take them? Are you all on that? If they're, I don't want to kill your friends if they are your friends.
No, these goblins are not our friends. You can kill
No.
them, but don't hurt the polar bears.
No, the goblin friend we have back in Waterdeep is more of a pretty boy. He's not really of a snow person.
I see.
Oh, the party has just earned 1 inspiration from MP3 Chaos. Well done, everybody. So here it comes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And folks, if you want to help us out, you can also do what's necessary to do that. I'm not good at plugging. Check out the internet for more details.
All right, so if we're going for it, everyone roll your initiative, and I'll roll for the goblins, but they will lose their very first round, basically.
We tokens already?
Token should already be up there.
Okay.
Oh shit, I got a
underneath.
nat 20.
Woo!
I don't want to waste my nat 20 on initiative.
I don't know.
Oh,
Going
roll
first
for
on initiative on a
initiative now.
surprise round is pretty good.
Let me figure out what I'm
Where's my boy?
This
Is
should
that
all
my
be in the
boy?
bottom, or in the, here, I'll shift ping you.
There he is.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I was in the wrong part of this map.
They're all very big maps. Like, it's lovely in some ways, but it also loads where you're like, oh god, where are we?
Where am I? Okay.
Yeah,
Wow, what is with my rolls today?
We get the bad ones out of the way first. I mean, at least this is just
That's true.
goblins.
That's not great, but I'll take it.
It's better than mine.
Beltrea and Natel didn't pop up in the turn order.
You have to
Did
click
you
on your
click your
token
thing
and then hit the, and then roll initiative.
Oh man,
Sorry.
I did.
I just wasted that nat 20.
Gonna have to try it again.
It didn't give me the thing that said I did it wrong.
It won't give you a thing that said you did it wrong, it just won't populate it.
It has in the past.
There you go.
I'm not feeling crit fail.
Fuck.
All right. Natel's up there.
Oh. Crit to crit fail.
Valtreya, try it again.
Man.
Now, it will not work if you're using 2 different devices at the same time. There you go. There it is. And it was the crit success. All right. Descending. Here we go. Anarissa, you are actually first. Barely.
Okay. So I am going to use my short bow to take a shot at. I presume this one is the boss guy here. Hold on. Right here.
Yep. That's him.
Okay. So, and since it's a surprise round, do I get sneak attack?
You do. You absolutely do. You're technically invisible, so your first attack will be at advantage.
Yay.
And I'm trying to make it so you guys can see everything, but it's not loving it.
Okay. So it'll roll eventually here.
There you go. All right, so 26, 8, 15 damage.
Yep.
The arrow whizzes through and hits the goblin who is on top of the wagon directly in the chest, and he screams in pain and looks towards your direction. So he does see you now. If you only have 1 attack, though, correct?
Yeah, I only have 1 attack.
All right. Well, it was a good one. Valtreya, you're next.
But I can make a bonus action to hide, and I'm going to just hide in the
Sure. Roll a
bushes.
new stealth check and keep that number.
Sure. Since I have the Cloak of Elvenkind, I get advantage.
There you go. 25.
25.
He's never going to find you. All right, Valtreya.
I'm gonna hit this guy
Okay.
with Sacred Flame.
Okay. Uh, 12 on... What is their armor class? Oh, no, it's not going to hit, unfortunately. So, no, it shoots over his head. You should have rolled with advantage, though, because you were technically invisible.
Oh,
So go ahead and roll it one more time.
okay.
There you go.
Yes.
DC for no damage. All right, so here he goes. What I had... Oh, here we go. No, I failed, so I take the 10 damage, and that blows him up. It hits him, and he's just this, like, flaming mess in the snow, melting the snow around him, as that goblin has perished. And with that, we go on to the goblin, but he loses his turn, so Tira, you're next.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to cast Hex on the goblin boss.
Mm-hmm.
So if I hit, that is an extra 1d6 necrotic damage, and
Okay.
we're going to go ahead and hit him with Eldritch Blast.
Great, go ahead and roll with advantage if it's an attack roll.
It is. It's a spell attack. So let me go ahead and enable advantage. Okay, and that's a nat 20.
Oh, shit, it is.
So the first one is going to hit him. That is, that's 16, 21 damage with the first bolt.
Okay. The other one's a 13. The 13 misses, but that natural 20 with the force damage, the hex damage is bonus, so that's going to be 20. Okay, with that, you manage to shoot to the top of the balcony and light the goblin boss on fire, and as it hits him, he falls off the wagon into the waiting maws of the polar bear, who devours him. So that guy is very dead. Nice shot.
Thank you.
His hawk flies towards you. What do we got here? 60 feet. Ooh, not quite. I'm going to go over here.
Bird's like, I could or no.
Nope, can't make it. All right, so there is his movement
Smart
over
bird.
there. And then, and then Goblin. Misses turn. Button, you're up.
All right. I am going to go ahead and do my sweet tabaxi thing where I can move twice my movement.
Okay.
So that's 80 feet if I want to.
It's like feline nimbleness or something like that.
Yeah. And like while I'm running, I'm going to go ahead and rage. And I'm going to come to in between these two goblins, and I'm going to strike the goblin closest to the sled here.
That works.
I just want to know what like Tabaxi rage looks like. It like does it look like that point when cats are all calm and then they flip out and just like?
What happened? It's not showing.
It's not showing anything.
This was the thing off the sheet that you told me to put on here.
Can you click on the sheet just for now?
Yeah, I'll do that then.
There it is. Did you attack with advantage?
No.
Okay, so the 12 misses, so roll again. That hits for 11 slashing damage as you dash in.
That's just my great sword. I've actually got a whole lot more damage.
Okay, well, 11 is enough to kill a gobbo. So with that, you slash them in half before they can even react. And during the break, I'll check out your macros.
Okay, second attack, the goblin next to him.
That works.
You say it's advantage.
Mm-hmm.
25.
Yep. Slashes through him, too.
It's technically 12.
So it's like you're doing that Zangief spin-in-place thing, and you just hack both goblins in half. Mm-hmm. They have been murdered. Let's see. Oh, yes. You can roll their own initiative. Yep.
All right.
That's fine there, Jack. So with that, we move up to Myrnix.
So unfortunately, I'm not a cool cat person. Like
you're not one of the cool cats.
I'm not a cool cat. I can't get
dragon?
that far. I am a cool dragon. I'm a warm dragon. I don't do cool. So I can't get anywhere close to these people.
So you're saying you're a hot dragon then?
I am a hot dragon.
You could dash.
I could. Is that on my character sheet? I didn't see it.
Everyone dashes.
Yeah, everyone can dash.
Oh, see, I was thinking about doing that and I didn't see it. Okay, so I'm gonna dash.
Yeah, but if you dash, you may not get an action unless you've got a bonus.
Yeah, you will not.
Yeah, I won't.
Do you have a ranged attack?
Don't think so.
Don't you have? No, I don't know what you have.
I've got a great axe.
You have a great axe. You have. Is that really all you have?
That's really all I have.
Huh.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just dash, and so 30 will get me. I'm a 30, right? I'm 30 or 40.
You should be 30.
I'm 30.
Yeah, I think Dragonborn's 30.
So I can get to here, and then another 30. I'll hide right behind this little ice thing.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah. So move your character there. You won't be able to. If you're dashing, you will not be able to hide though. Hide is an action.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay there and pretend to hide, being bright fucking red.
That works.
Damn ice castle place.
I'll have to help you with some of your camouflaging because I feel like the warm clothes that Natel bought me are probably like the standard winter like colorful fare that you think like the Ferris Isle theme and various other stuff, and I'm still like blending into the shadows somehow. Like so.
No,
I need to buy some,
they're just
some
furs and thickness. This is not a place of decadence and joy.
It's only for thickness. Natel, you're up next.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, this would be a perfect time for you to summon Big Chonk because it's time only the thickness.
We are going to bonus action wild shape.
All right. Is it the Chonk?
It is the Chonk.
All right, here he comes. Oh, he's not quite that. Is he that big? Yes, he is that big.
Yeah.
Big.
Yes.
Big
All right, there you are. You should have control.
He has 4 squares.
He has 4 squares, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you should have control of him. He starts where you are.
Yep. He will move.
Just like push everybody else out of the way.
So close. Is that little this blotchy thing? Is that terrain? Or?
It is terrain. You can't get on it. I mean, you could try and climb it, but it's in the way.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna go. We're just gonna dash because I can't really get to anyone, and go over here.
All right, that works. You're able to get that far while moving around the terrain and the sleds and everything?
Speed is 50.
All right, that works for me, absolutely.
Yeah.
So is that the end of your turn, though?
That's really all I can do.
All right, cool. So with that... Oh, sorry. Yeah, good.
Good.
So with that, we're at the top of the round. Anarissa, you're first, and now all the creatures get to act like normal because they are very sure that you're there.
No, I'm hiding. So at the moment, they're not sure.
Oh,
that
that's
I'm
true.
there.
They don't know that Anarissa's there.
Yep. I'm just trying to make sure I know the range, because most range weapons go up to like 120 feet, something like that, right? Okay, just making.
Well, some even further. All I can see is Zach's fingers, though.
Why? Don't look at my screen.
Yeah.
All right, go
Okay,
ahead.
so I should easily be able to. I'm gonna take a shot, because that terrain is tall enough that I bet I can't get a shot off on the guy next to Big Chunk.
Right. He's behind the wagon and the terrain. These guys on the wagon have cover because they're in the wagon. You can try the shot. It's just a little harder.
Okay. Well, since I'm hidden, do I have advantage?
You do.
I do have
Because you
advantage.
count as being invisible.
Right. So I will try that. And since I'm invisible, is it also sneak attack or no?
Yes.
It will be, yes.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how all that stacks just yet, so I want to make sure I don't cheat, but if I can,
As long as you have advantage, you get sneak attack.
yes. Okay, so we're going to take a shot. I guess at the goblin closest to me, and
then, Jack, go ahead and type in your initiative for your ravens there, okay? I popped them in.
Okay, it's 16, by the way.
Okay.
It's just one
16?
of them. Just the one. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one was it? Egrind or Sigrind or Leaf?
Leif.
Okay, so I'll delete this guy. All right, and then Sarah, you shot an 18, and that is barely enough to hit the goblin on the sled, and that is enough damage. So as he's peering out into the darkness looking for you, an arrow comes out and gets him right in the eye, killing the goblin on top of the war wagon.
And then bonus action, I'm going to hide.
Sounds good. Roll a new stealth and keep that number.
And still at advantage because of the cloak.
15. All right, that works.
Okay.
Valtreya, you're next.
So if I move up to here, does this guy next to Big Chunk have cover because of
He has total cover.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll go here and aim for the guy in the wagon.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm going to hit him with Chill Touch.
All right. You are no longer hiding, so it's a normal attack. 21 is enough to hit for 8 damage. Jeez, you guys are doing so many one hits, even though they have cover. Boom! Off the top of the wagon.
And can we also give a shout out to Emerald Delta, who gave us another inspiration?
Oh my goodness, another inspiration! Sounds good to me. All right, so you guys have 2 banked. With that, if you're done, Valtreya, it goes on to Tira.
I am.
All right, Tira, you're up.
Okay, seeing this hawk circling around, we're going to go ahead and we're going to command Leif to go up there and take care of it.
Sweet, let's do it.
All right, so Leif is going to fly up and going to attack. I believe I have Raven attack. It's a 13 to hit. It's going to be doing 13 damage, and 9 of that's poison. So if I can get a Constitution save from the Raven, it's like pecking at him with a poison.
On the Constitution save on the hawk.
On the hawk, yes.
All right, here he goes. 12.
That passes.
Okay, so how much?
It halves the poison damage, so it does 8 damage total.
Okay, that is still enough to kill the hawk out of the sky. So you see this raven just dart up, and bird-on-bird combat. There's like it's like a Red Baron dogfighting, but with birds. As one of them is murdered by a crow. Ha ha. All right, so
if a bird is killed by a bird, it's actually birdered.
God damn it, that's a punspiration. You guys are okay. You're at 3, but you got us. Awesome.
No.
All right. So with that, that was not your turn, Tira. That was Leaf's turn, correct?
That was Leif, and I'll just command him to return to me, and he'll just fly back down to me then.
That works. Let me get to you in the initiative, and then
Leif, and that's it. That's
all right.
That is our turn. It's a bonus action. We'll go ahead and we'll move. We'll actually move Hex onto one of the polar bears.
Okay. That works. I'll do the one closest to you. And I'll just put a little symbol on him to show that he's hexed. It's the goblin's turn. He's fucking horrified. He's going to disengage as a bonus action. And he's going to move 30 feet into the woods. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And, there's no woods here. I guess I'll just put him over here. But he's going to attempt to hide, okay, with his action. So he's rolling his stealth. And you'd have to roll. He got a... Oh, I guess I do the first one, an 8. God damn it, Goblin. You're not going to survive. Button, it's your turn. You see this Goblin terribly trying to hide.
My passive is 13. Do I have to?
You don't need to roll anything. He basically tuffed his head into a snowbank, thinking he's hidden.
All right, I'm going to run up behind him and just sort of donk him on the head with my greatsword.
All right.
So non-lethals.
Okay, it works for me. 9, unfortunately, is not enough to get him.
Inspiration.
Okay, good idea.
Cool, guys.
We've got plenty.
All right, you have 2 left. Oh, no.
All right, well.
All right, so unfortunately, as you're trying to get up on him, you trip in the snow and fall with your head in the snowbank next to him. So it's just 2 butts in the air.
I don't trip in the snow. I just miss. That's not how this campaign works. We don't have fumbles. I just miss.
And
I'm just thinking
you
that
miss
you try to
because
hit
you
him
fall
with
in
the
the
butt of
snowbank.
He does not have advantage on me.
He does not. No, you just have. I just want the idea of 2 butts in the air. Mirnix, your
I like
turn.
the idea that Buttons is just like, I meant to do that, and just looks real imperious and just haughty. In typical cat fashion.
My brain was just envisioning that the goblin was poking its head out of the snow just to like see if anyone was coming, and then duck down, so it's like whack-a-mole, like just you know.
All right, Mirnix, what are you gonna do?
Deepening my enrage.
All right. Well, he keeps running away.
Mhm.
God damn it! I can't reach him, so I'm gonna move right behind Button as if I'm gonna like steal this from Button. Like I'm gonna kill him or I'm gonna knock him unconscious. But
Okay.
I can't. I get real tired because it's cold.
You can't get that far?
No. Well, that's me just moved. I was behind.
Oh, you already moved. Got it. All
I
right,
already
cool.
moved.
So yeah, you're
Yeah.
you're struggling.
I'm struggling. It's too cold.
It's too cold.
I'm
Yeah,
grumbling
your muscles
the
are
entire
tensing up.
time.
The 2 polar bears, seeing that their masters are dead, are going to try and pull themselves off of their leashes, off of their bindings to the cart. So to do that, it's going to be a strength check. I'm going to see how they do. Critical success. First one makes it. Breaks off. What is their movement? Their movement is 40 feet. Let's see here. 40 feet would be like right there. So this guy runs in that direction, away from the cart. The buddy next to him, let's see if he can break out. 11 actually is not enough. As he struggles against it, he just sort of makes the cart jiggle in place, but unable to break out.
Poor buddy.
Natel, you're next.
Okay. Yep, we're just gonna follow up on this goblin. Just mosey on up here. And we get advantage from pack tactics.
Pack tactics.
Pack tactics.
I miss pack tactics.
Oh.
Well, still here.
Well, I mean, like having Marv do pack
Right.
tactics. Like,
I imagine his like voice echoing in the background every time this is invoked.
Tactics.
Holy crap! Yep.
Yeah.
So this goblin whose head's stuck in the snowbank and his butt's up in the air, Natel in big chonk form reaches down with her mouth and bites him around the lower section and tears him out, tearing only the bottom half out as that goblin does.
And I just like, I kind of shake it and then like drop it onto Button's lap. Like, I got this for you.
I bat it around a little bit.
And
You, like, roll on
Arissa.
your back and kick it, like rabbit kick the thing.
Okay, the polar bear that's closest to me. I mean, he broke free, but like I'm presuming he's still got like harnesses and stuff on him. Like
He still has a little bit of that to him, yes.
No, I'm just thinking like if I let him run, how safe is he gonna be?
He's
in
a
the sense
polar
that,
bear.
like- Well, no, I mean, but he's an animal. He's not like I just wasn't.
Oh,
sure
you
if he
mean
was,
how
like,
safe is he going to be for you? Not safe at all. What I'm saying, he'll be
No,
safe
I'm
in the
actually
forest.
literally asking about the polar bear. Like, was there a long enough chain or something attached where it could get stuck somewhere and starve to death?
I doubt very highly that Icewind Dale's book goes into detail about the natural habitats. of
If
these
you
polar
or the
bears
polar
and
bear
how well
was
they
left
could
out,
survive.
you would die before the polar bear. So no, the polar bear can take care of itself.
Fair enough. Well, I am going
It's like
to...
me taking my dog for a walk. If one of us gets lost, I'll be the one to die.
But they're domesticated polar bears. How will they eat and fend for themselves?
Well, they're
Probably rely on
microchipped.
People.
They're microchipped. Nice. Well, I'm still hidden. I am just going to ready an action that if this thing tries to attack me, I am... Like if it comes at me, then I will use my short sword against it. But otherwise, I'm just going to hold my action.
Okay, that sounds good. So, ready to action. If it comes towards you, you're going to be able to attack it. It has not located you yet. Valtreya.
Does it look like it's coming to attack us, or does it look like it's just trying to run away?
It's snarling at you.
Cool.
Oh, I thought it was just running away.
It moved away from the wagon. It sees that you're shooting fire out of your hands.
Fair point.
Yeah, I guess I hit it. Oh, Mattel, don't be mad at me.
Self-defense.
I'll hit it with Sacred Flame.
All right, let's do it. This is a normal attack. 12 is just enough to hit it. DC 14 dexterity save, or it takes 11 damage. So here comes its dexterity saving throw. 20, it takes no damage, but now it's pissed.
And I run 35 feet this way.
Oh, fuck, I missed the polar bear. This is not the Coca-Cola polar bear, by the way. Tira, you're up.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and attempt to hit it with 2 shots from Eldritch Blast then.
Okay.
And since it has Hex cast on it, if I hit it, it's taking an extra 6 points of necrotic damage with every hit.
Okay.
So that is, 16 to hit, does 18 damage on the first shot.
Okay, let me do its damage. I got it.
Okay, next shot is 4 and... Alright, 8.
8 damage. So
8 force and necrotic damage.
boom. All right, so you start riddling it with these blasts, and it's hitting it back. Now it's starting to look a little tentative. But yeah, it is injured now. I'm sorry it's not populating on your screen, but it looks like it's about half life left, let's say.
Okay, so if we had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I can choose, I guess, an ability that it... I guess we'll choose... Says if the target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability, I guess we'll go ahead and probably just take strength.
Okay,
for the
so
poll.
it has
That's probably its strong suit.
Okay, that works. So it has disadvantage on strength.
Yeah, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to move 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll move up here, and that will be us.
All right, Leaf's up next, unless that's an action for you. Life.
See, find familiar, and says familiar acts independently of you, always obeys your commands and combat rolls on initiative, and acts on its own turn.
Okay, so it acts on its own turn.
Okay, so that's me. So okay, we're gonna go ahead, and Leif has a speed of 60 for fly. Just make sure we can get over there. We should be able to get there. Yeah. 45 to it, and we're gonna fly, and we're going to attempt to dive bomb it.
Okay.
And it's 9 probably doesn't hit.
No, unfortunately, it isn't able to bank down enough as the polar bear reaches up to smack it, but it is too afraid to go any closer. Missing the damage. Anything else? If not, it's Button's turn.
Nope.
All right, Button,
Nope,
you heard this roar from below.
Below?
The south, to the south.
Oh, okay. What's up? Just start punching
Purple
the snow,
worm!
beating the snow up. I am going to... I suppose I'll dash down to this other bear.
Okay. And then, if that's your... Okay.
That's it. I have to dash.
And Mirnix, you're next.
Mirnix is just getting hella annoyed.
Actually, I'd like to dash over to the other bear, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Because now Munich was like, I gotta go all the way to back.
I just imagine this dragonborn like stomping through the snow.
I'm
Getting
so
exhausted.
grumpy. I'm just like, God damn it. And I'm like hitting the snow that's falling in front of my face.
Punch in the snow.
I'm back to where I was so I can get to the polar bear.
All right. The polar bear is now going to go, seeing this creature in front of it. It's going to attack with its claws and bite. So here comes its claws.
Which polar bear is attacking?
The one attacking Button, the one right in front of him.
Oh, okay.
That's
hit, not the one
26 to hit, and that's 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then
13
here comes
slashing damage reduces to 6.
Because you're raging. Yep, you round down. And then it bites you. Oh, shit, that's a crit hit. That's going to be... here comes the damage. That's 20 damage even, piercing. Okay. So you take 10.
10.
As it attacks you. That is its full turn because it can't break out. The polar bear here, not really afraid of the bird at the moment. Not really worried about that. Let's see. Yeah, that's easy. 40 feet, not a problem. Leaf will get an opportunity attack.
And I also get to shoot it because it's moving to attack my friends.
I thought you said... I didn't hear your... I thought it was an attack to you.
No, I said if it moved to attack us.
Oh, us. Okay, sure. Go ahead and loose an arrow then. Unfortunately, the familiar missed.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm still hidden, so...
let me roll its perception. What was your stealth check?
15, but also with the Cloak of Elvenkind, I think it gets disadvantage.
I thought it only gave you advantage. It wouldn't do both.
Well, I have advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to hide.
Yep.
And then while you wear this cloak with the hood up, which, dear God, it's cold, I have everything wrapped as possible. Wisdom perception checks made to see you have disadvantage.
Oh, very good. Oh, so it does both. All right, that's pretty beast. Let me go ahead and give it disadvantage. Or I don't have the option on this sheet. I'm just going to have to take the lower one on a perception check. It rolled a 4 and a 12, so 4. It does not know you're there. You can attack with advantage. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to take a shot at it.
16 does hit. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage to it.
Yep.
It looks like it's on its last legs. As you shoot it in the hind leg, it sort of buckles down to the ground, but it still swings out with its claws to attack. It's going to swing its claws at Valtreya and bite at Valtreya. At Tira. Sorry, what am I saying here?
Okay.
All right, so Tira,
I
here
would
comes...
say both of them are there, so we believed
no,
you. But...
here comes the claws for Tira. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Okay.
12 slashing damage.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a concentration check here.
Okay.
Let me see. That is gun-based. So +1. Nope, did not make it.
All right, so Leaf disappears?
No, Leaf just stays, but
Hex
goes
is
away.
gone. Hex is gone. Got it. Here comes the bite against Valtreya. That's only going to be an 11. I don't think that hits you.
No.
Okay. With that, the polar bear's turn ends, and we go to Natel.
All right, I'm gonna ready to the measurement. I'm able to get to bear attacking button. You can get right here, and we're gonna do pack tactics
All
and
right.
do a bite.
I like how you're big enough to pull the war wagon.
Yes.
All right, pack tactics. Oh, that's a crit hit.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what is that? 15 damage to the polar bear, and it has to
15
do something. It has to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Yes.
Here comes its strength saving throw. That's going to be 17.
That passes.
All right, so he's not knocked prone, but he is damaged. Anything else?
Nope.
Anarissa, you're up.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, really
So-
quick, Jack. Does that strength penalty go away too? Is
I'm
that
gonna
part of
assume
the
that
hex?
since it's part of hex, I
Okay,
would
cool.
assume that
So
would
yeah,
go-
it's gone.
that
Yeah,
disappears.
All right, so it's normal. It's just injured.
Okay. Between Button and Big Chunk, it looks like there's space that I could shoot, but I don't know. Your call on
I'm
that.
going to be giving him cover for that, and if you botch it by 5 or more, then you hit probably Big Chunk.
Okay, well, let's see. If I can... I can just shoot at the one that's more directly in front of me.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
so
Toro's
I'm
not
gonna
here. Sorry, bye, guys.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really worried about him. I figured he didn't count.
Right.
So, but I will shoot the other polar bear. I presume I'm not hidden anymore because I shot and then didn't
Yeah, you have
hide.
to do your action to hide.
But since there's 2 people next to it, I presume sneak attack still applies.
That is true.
So we're going to click that. And, oh, that rolled pretty quickly this
Oh,
time.
damn, look at that. All right, so that's 20
Woo.
damage. For better or for worse, that is enough to bring the polar bear down. As the polar bear just and then whines as it sort of falls into the snow in front of Tira and Valtreya.
Okay, and then I will just take my movement to move closer to the other one.
Okay.
So.
And while you're doing that, Valtreya, it's your turn as this giant beast has just fallen in front of you.
Okay. I'm gonna go around him and I'm gonna move here. I believe is 35 feet. Sorry.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot at the polar bear.
Okay, if you miss by 5 or more, it's going to hit Big Chunk.
Okay. Then I'm gonna cast True Strike.
Okay.
And I just pointed at him and I was like, next time.
All right, cool.
No.
So next time you have advantage. Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's an action.
That
so.
works. All right, so Tira, it's your turn.
All right. So about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 to get here. Let's
Okay.
make sure that's fine. Yeah, that's 30. Okay, and we'll also go ahead and take a shot at the polar bear as well.
Okay, same dealio.
Yeah, 5 or more. Got it.
Yeah.
So 12 to hit it.
12 is not going to hit it, but it's not less than 5. So you just miss. You hit the wagon or the snow in front of it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, second blast then. 14 to hit it.
14 is enough to hit it, so you do the 4
Okay.
force damage.
4 force damage. Yep.
Got it. Boom. That one just goes right past Big Chunk and hits the polar bear right in the face. Your Raven is next.
All right, Leif, go for it. Send Leif out, and Leif's gonna do his little dive bomb.
Okay.
Fly by again, and I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to peck at it. 13 to hit.
13 does hit because it does not have cover. That is going to hit DC 11 con save.
Yep.
So here comes the con save. That's going to be an 18. So that
Okay,
passes.
so it definitely passes. So taking 3 points of piercing damage and 3 points of poison damage.
All right, 6 points total. Boom. As Life just goes and like pierces it in the back. Button, you are next.
Imagine
Alright,
he's like dive bombing at it, and like as it turns around, Button's gonna try to stab at it. It's like pulling at its
Yes.
little nub tail.
I look into the chunk of my fur that it ripped out in its mouth, and I'm like, my turn. And
Oh, are you going to bite him?
no, I'm not gonna bite
Damn
him.
it.
I'm gonna
I really
attack
wanted
him
that
with
to happen.
with my great sword.
Okay,
20 to hit.
that it does hit.
16 slashing damage, 7 necrotic,
All right, so that's going to...
plus an additional. Nope, it should be 18 because of my.
so I'm looking at the damage right now. It looks like...
Oh no, I have the mod in there. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's already in
16
there.
damage plus 7 necrotic.
Okay, so
And
math
that's
for me.
that's blade 1.
You might only need blade. No, you only need blade 1. That's enough. So
Okay.
as you stab the polar bear right in the chest, it just
Right,
bleeds and falls in its own harness next to the wagon. So with that, the forest goes still. Unfortunately, you had to kill the wild beasts, but at least none of you were seriously injured.
With the blood off. Speak of yourself.
Yeah, you did get bit by a polar bear today. That
I walk over to Nix and I say, anytime you want to help out, feel free. And I'm gonna,
And the rivalry continues.
You had it handled.
Um,
Yeah.
All right, before
want
we
for-
continue, everybody, really quick, we're going to take a quick little break. I'm sorry for the viewers at home. You might have noticed that the screen is taking a long time to update, so I will get on that right away, and we'll be back in just a few minutes for some more D&D action. See you soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Table Hops and our Icewind Dale campaign. If you're just joining us, the characters just defeated a troop of goblins that had ransacked a dwarven sleigh full of iron ingots. The characters are now over the corpses of the goblins and unfortunate polar bears and trying to decide what to do to get these ingots back to Bryn Shander.
I want to open up the back of the thing, the big thing. I'm assuming there's a door back there, or no?
Are you talking about the wagon?
Yeah.
Yeah, so opening it up, there's looks like smelly sleeping quarters, just old burlap sacks, and pretty much there are some of the ingots that they did move in there. There's some looks like rotten meat from different game that they have acquired through their travels through the forest.
Give one of those to the ravens.
All right, it just picks it up and starts gobbling it down.
I want to cut the one polar bear that was left loose because no one deserves to die still attached in slavery.
All right, so you release the corpse of the polar bear from the sled, and it lays still.
Is it possible we could put some of the ingots on the dog sled and try to return as many of these as possible, maybe back to Bryn Shander?
Sure, we can. It's going to be pulling this large of a sled. I'm sure we can figure out something though.
Is Natel still Big Chunk? Because I feel like
Big Chunk just take this sled.
So,
Yeah, can I just pull the...
Yeah, I was gonna say, the others may not know Natel that well just yet, but Anarissa in all her like clothing just sort of like ups to like Natel and is just like goes, "Good puppy. Can you help us?" And I'm just like being silly about it and being like, can the puppy help us move things because the others can't figure it out?
But there is only one of her though. There were two bears.
There
and
were
just
two
one
bears.
Of her.
Can
It will
I
be
attach
difficult.
my chocobo to it too?
You can't be sure how it will react to a giant dog, but we can try.
Let's do it.
Well, did the ingots take up the whole giant sled?
So the ingots total, if you take all of them, are 600 pounds.
Okay.
So that will not fit on just the sled that the smaller sled that Tira has, because those can only carry like 340.
But what about the sled they had? Because I know.
Yes, their war wagon is definitely big enough to carry all the ingots. The problem is pulling
No, there was a little sled off
the
the back.
dwarves.
that's been destroyed. It was all
Oh, but it
ramshackled, and they were loading it in there.
Yeah, but it was a smaller sled, so if
It was
fit
a
on
larger
there-
sled. It was a 300-pound sled.
Yeah.
The dwarves
fine.
had a
We
larger
can-
sled,
yeah,
and it
that's
is
fine.
broken. Yes.
No, it's fine. I just was just trying to figure. I was like, wait, we've got these different pieces. Okay.
I go to the large wolf and I say,
sorry.
listen, I appreciate your talents, but this fur is going to stand out quite brightly amongst the snow. I recommend maybe, if you can, a more subtle tone.
Is that something you can do?
Just kind of... No. My hair is naturally pink.
I take one of my big fluffy scarves and I just wrap it around her neck and go, "Does that help?"
Not even a little.
Yeah, I just kind of look at him like,
Oh yeah, because you can't
Wait,
speak.
I can't talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
You changed the color of your fur?
And I'm like, no.
But I'm also not
This is
magical.
how she is.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
Tira,
I
what are you
understand.
doing?
Laughing at us.
Yeah, he's probably gonna sit there and just like lean on the sled and just watch them. I mean, it's,
Also,
Okay.
Anyway,
I looked it up. A dire wolf can carry 2,400 pounds, apparently. I'm looking up mounts.
Holy
So-
crap.
well, the only thing I'm worried
Yeah.
about is one of you trying to pull the sled and not being centered on it. It's going to, yeah, because like with dog sleds, like you have the center line and then you have like guidelines on the sides of the dogs.
Mm.
Or we just have like I have the one dog, Astrid, and she just she runs in the center. But
You could probably
Yeah, like, there were
re-hook
two
it up
mounts.
you could probably re-hook up the binding so it's more centered on Natel. And if Natel can pull 2,500 pounds, then she can pull the wagon. Even though she can carry 2,500 pounds, carrying 20 or 600 pounds of ingots haphazardly on your body, it's like impossible.
yeah. I will start loading up the ingots into the larger area.
That works.
Nix, you going to help with something?
So
Looks like
Not
Nick's
the right
left.
attitude.
No, apparently not.
So how long do we
Kick
think
some
it's going to
snow at
take?
him first.
Okay.
How long do we think is it going to take from where we are now to get back to where the dwarves are?
Well, now that the blizzard has passed, it's probably going to take you about 40 minutes to get back to Bryn Shander, and then you'll have to double back and go the full 2 hours to Targos.
Okay, but I mean to get back to there at Bridget, so you said 40 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, nope. I was just trying to figure out if I could do something, but I only have 10 minutes. So
So
'Cause
what's
I
the
can
plan,
cast-
ladies and gentlemen?
I was
And
going to say
not.
because I could cast darkness and we can
Loading
just
the
be...
ingots.
All right, so after a few, it takes you about 20 minutes to load up all the ingots and secure them into the dwarven or into the goblin war wagon, and at that time you manage to fashion a harness for Natel to be able to pull the large wagon across in a more centered fashion to allow easier carrying. And if you're all set, you can hop up on the wagon and ride that shit to town.
Yep. I'm
I'll
going to
ride
stay up
alongside.
on the top of the wagon with my bow out and ready just because, you know,
Okay, on top of the
big
wagon
thing.
with the bow sounds good.
yeah, big pink wolf. Like, I'm not sure who's going to come and try to mess with a big pink wolf, but, like, I'm not having it if they are.
All right.
What's the
sounds good.
pace we're going at? Can I walk alongside without
You can,
getting
yeah.
left
You're
behind
basically
or-
doubling back to the town you started in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're-
real quick, pause. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I switched over to the Twitch real quick just to see, but everything is like super blurry on the Twitch screen. I don't know if you can, if it's my computer or if it's yours.
Let me take a look on mine. Thanks
I
for the
look
heads.
okay.
Everything's good.
Thanks for
Yeah,
the
it
heads
looks
up.
fine from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might just be your connection there, Kenzie.
Okay, cool.
But-
I
but-
just wanna make sure we weren't-
But thank you
Okay,
for letting me know
okay.
because I cannot tell. There's too much stuff up.
Yeah. Hey, audience, if it looks weird to you, please type it in the chat because we can't tell.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe for games.
I don't know where
Zach
you
is our
click.
only official hype man now.
That's
If
it.
you do the Prime, you can use Prime to give us money. I don't get it.
Zach has even less idea how this works than I do.
Something,
Using-
something subscribe, something prime,
if you have
something.
Prime,
Yeah, if
Then
you have
we
Amazon
win.
Prime, you
then
have
we
the
win
option to sub.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, it'll have a little crown where you can do it. Anywho's, it's now that we've done a great job of promoting ourselves, let's move on. So you head back towards Bryn Shander, and I'm going to need Natel to make a Constitution check.
Okay, I'm gonna guide myself. What is my con? Okay, good. As chunk, it's a +2.
Okay.
Normal.
10. All right. So you are able to pull the sled as you're.
Can I still guide myself?
Can you speak?
Can I do guidance
Is it
as a-
is it a verbal command? Because you can't speak right now.
I don't know. I guess I'll speak. It just doesn't sound human.
Well, if you need to have you need
Hold
to be
on,
able to
let me-
speak
let
the
me-
language
She
if it has a
trained
verbal
herself how to
component.
speak.
I'm pretty sure guidance has a verbal component.
I think so.
I think it has to. So
yeah, it's verbal and somatic.
yeah, so unfortunately, no. You can. It's not working. So as you move down, you start getting tired. You're not used to trekking in this form through the snow, so you actually gain 1 level of exhaustion pulling this giant war wagon by yourself.
I'm just gonna spend this entire campaign exhausted.
Fucking tired. As you approach Bryn Shander, you see the city in the distance, and I meant to send you guys this last time. Here is a where's Frostmaiden? Nope. A picture or a little background on Bryn Shander. Let me take a look, and you should see it now.
Fascinating. Oh.
You should be able to see the map of the town.
Oh, it's way bigger than I would have thought.
Yeah, this is one of the bigger towns. I mean, granted, that's 1,000 feet is that whole, like, 2 inches there. So it's not that big. Does that make sense?
It looks like a cell under a microscope.
It does.
It really does.
Out of
Where's
curiosity,
the
does it let you
mitochondria?
click on... Out of curiosity, does it let you click on these different things? Does that bring up anything? If you click on player art Bryn Shander, does that bring up the... Or are those
I'm
links...
looking at a zoomed up thing that you sent me.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I
it just
can put
shows you a
something zoomed
picture?
up. Well, it shows a picture.
Well, there's a bit of background too.
Yeah, and there's some information, and there are some links that are purple.
And when you click on those, they take you somewhere?
Available quest, foaming mugs. Just, I'm not going to read it. But I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's the
click
one
it.
you just completed, so yeah.
The overland travel, it does
And I
not.
That just gives me the player
Oh, that's it.
handout, so it doesn't give me
It just gets to get to certain things. Okay, gotcha.
It just gives me the picture with the polar bears.
All right, let's stop doing that. But yeah, I will display it on the screen so everyone can see. So you make it back to the walled city, or the little town of Bryn Shander, with this wooden wall around it. However, as you approach, you hear this horn going like burn in some sort of warning as you approach in a goblin war wagon, pulled by
Is
a
it,
giant pink wolf.
Is it a familiar warning to me? That sounds a lot like my horn of warning.
Yeah, you would recognize this as a oh shit horn.
Because of us or something else?
You look around, you're the only thing on the road.
How far away is the person on the wall blowing this horn?
A few hundred feet, you can just make out a slight silhouette.
I'm going to go ahead and send Leif
Okay.
and run Leif out to them. And Leif is going to perch on the wall near them. And in my voice, it's going to say, "Don't worry, we are friends."
Holy
And
shit,
yeah.
says the guard on the parapet. And starts
Yeah,
slapping
if
at the
it-
bird, causing it to fly away. Apparently that didn't help.
I pull
Well,
out
if-
my horn and I go, just to, like, let them know that we're friendly, as a return gesture. Like, it's okay.
Uh,
It's cool. That's it.
I don't know how to run this. Let's roll a history check. Roll a history check.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, that's not very good for Button. Button is not a very historical figure.
Oh, you raged attack. Oh no, here it is. History 10. So you let out a series of toots on your horn. The guard pauses for a minute, and then blows the horn again with a brrrr. You see the drawbridge start to lower, and some militia are coming out of the main gates.
I told them in horn that it's okay and they should be fine.
If they're within like 120 feet, I can message them and say that just let them know that we retrieved the dwarves that came to you for shelter. We retrieved their ingots.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. I am standing on top of this very clearly.
Oh yeah, but you're also
Yeah,
speaking
it's
directly into people's brains.
Well, they got no.
And mentioning things that they probably knew nothing about.
Well, I think they would have like a couple of frostbitten dwarves come in. Like they would notice that.
Well, let's see what your persuasion check says.
Yep, that's fine. Where is it?
I mean, I
Here we
can
go.
certainly try to help you with the Raven, but
I don't
it
think
didn't work out last
they
time.
need any help with that.
No.
Persuasion at 25 on a roll.
Yep.
So
Because
as,
somehow I already have a +9 because of the way I've built this character.
so as you look ahead, you see that the soldiers at the front, they sort of hesitate for a moment, and you see a smaller figure move up and tug on their shoulders. See that the sorry, I lost my train of thought there. MP3 Chaos, I can get that up in just a minute. So as you are persuading them, you see a small figure come up, tugging on his thing, point towards you and wave, and you see that it is Dr. Michael Rodriguez, who informs them that you are who you say you are. And with that, they kind of they still stand at the gate, but they let you inside. But you can see they're on edge, having not seen a war wagon pulled by a giant pink direwolf before. But you make
I
it into
feel
Bryn
like-
Shander.
Since message is a silent spell and I'm on top of the wagon, that Button didn't see me do it, so he still thinks it was his horn.
Yeah.
I definitely think it was my horn. I'm pretty confident.
All right. If you give me
And
just a
Ani
second there,
lets you
MP3's
think
Chaos,
that.
you should be able to see the inspiration happen in just a second. Du-du-du-du. And here it is. All right, cool. So you currently have 2, and this is unfortunately how big the text gets. So there you go. So with that, you manage to return the ingots to the dwarves. recounting your tale of how you killed the goblins, and with that you're able to get. Oh, MP3 Chaos gave the DM 1 inspiration. Thank you. I'm sure that won't bite anyone in the ass later.
God damn it.
Bro.
So the dwarves give you the promised payment. I'm just trying to remember what that was exactly.
Get some cat ears for like the cosplay. You know,
It
like
wasn't
Jack's got
cosplay
this
cat
beautiful
ears.
wig. I just need some cat ears.
I have so many I can give you.
I don't want yours. I know where they've been. I want.
That's fair. That's fair.
I want my own.
Oh, okay. Here it is. You bring 300 iron ingots, all wrapped in thick burlap and tightly secured to the war wagon with leather straps. You bring them to the dwarves, and they're stamped with the foaming mug symbol of the Battlehammer clan. Each ingot is brought to the blacksmith, and your reward for this is anything you purchase from Black Iron Blades in Bryn Shander, you get a 10% discount. So there it is.
Ooh.
Yes, which is good because buying shit here can get expensive quickly.
I just sort of sit there and just like, just by the way, if you keep the wagon, you may want to repaint it. Apparently, it freaks people out.
It's just
They
like
destroyed your sled, so this is probably your only option.
Giving them the wagon, Harana looks to you and says, "Oh,
The pink wolf is ours, though. We're keeping hers. She's my friend.
Haruna says, "Oh, thank you for this. Let me repay you." And digging through her sealskin pouch, she takes out 6 bloodstones. These dark red gem. Each of them is worth 50 gold pieces. So good job. Everyone, go ahead and put a bloodstone in your pouch.
Okay.
I'll just put this right here in nature's pouch.
Oh my god, that came up in the
your
game
butt.
last week.
I was trying to remember that reference.
Oh,
okay.
your butt.
It came up in the last Chalice and Jane's too, because I was
Yeah.
listening to it, and I was like, oh, again.
So realizing that Toro has already made it to Targos by this point, you can decide to just keep on going, even though Nutella's a little exhausted from pulling a giant war wagon, or you could sleep in Bryn Shander for the night and take it in the morning, giving you a full rest.
Was there any sort of deadline to get to there?
Not
guys,
really, no.
Or was it just?
No, but their leads will dissipate over time.
Yeah, we don't know how far ahead, maybe, of us the traders are. I mean, they.
How far away is Targos?
Targos.
2-hour walk.
2 hours?
Yeah, it's 2 hours via sled and axe beak.
Okay.
I don't know how much Furbolgs weigh, but could you rest on the sled and I walk beside it?
I'm fine.
It's
How
just
long
your
is
level of
exhaustion?
exhaustion.
How long did it take us to get from the place where we fought to Brimshander?
40 minutes, but you're only going to recover it with a long rest.
Well, no, that's fine. I still have like 2.5 hours left on my wild shape, so
Okay.
I'm good.
Sure. So you
Yeah.
want to just keep going with it?
I'm okay with that.
That works.
Yeah,
so
I'm okay.
the only thing you have is disadvantage on ability checks, Angela. Cool. Don't give a fuck. Let's go. So,
In true druid form, do not give a fuck.
so you share a brief word with the Battlehammer Dwarf Clan. Dr. Michael Rodriguez just looks over, make sure you're not having any infections or frostbite. And once he's given you the all clear, you mount up and head towards Targos. And what I love so much about this is the winter encounters. Let's see what they find, everybody.
Snowflumps.
It could be snowflumps. Let's take a look.
I hear they're very
Another
pretty. this time
rando
of year.
encounter?
Yeah, man.
We already
It's-
did our rando encounter.
Yeah,
walk.
and then you went back to town and you left again.
Every time we leave, we got rando encounters? Okay.
It's friggin' Icewind Dale, buddy.
I love this place.
All right, here we go.
He's like, this is infuriating. Do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
11. Oh, interesting.
I don't like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that either.
Not a fan.
Don't love it.
One Jurassic.
All right.
Only one.
It's a small one though.
All right.
Medium.
Medium.
Little compies from the second Jurassic Park movie.
See, I also view this because I know Chris usually plays a bard, so my brain is like, is that an it's interesting because from a DM perspective, or that's interesting from like I like to post shit because I'm a bard perspective.
Well,
and I
it's a
can't
little bit
always...
of both. Here it is. I'm using a book, guys. This is very different.
Ooh.
A book.
Chris, you must not read from the book.
You mustn't read from the book. I got really into that. Okay.
It's the only way too.
So as you are going through the forest and along the trail towards Targos, you tend to hear a sound coming from the woods to your right. You kind of like huddle up close together, and I'm going to just sort of change maps here for you. You should see, I'll shift ping you because I know these maps are real big. Your characters are here in the forest heading towards Targos, and just a little bit further up in the distance, if you give me...
We are in the blackness.
I'm
the
just seeing
darkness.
black.
you
Yeah,
can't
I
see...
just see black.
Oh, that's right, they
The
updated
void
the
outside
lighting.
Icewind Dale.
Sorry, they updated the lighting. Let me fix that.
Come across two naked vultures carrying a dragon.
How's that?
Yeah, I see everything now.
Yay!
Yeah, that's much better.
All right, cool. Give me 1 second to pull up the...
So Angela, I just imagine like every time Big Tom stops, like Valtreya is just like snuggled up against your face, and so now I really have to draw that.
Oh, yes.
All right, so up ahead in the distance, you see a large owl bear. You have seen owl bears before, however, this one has a white coat. It looks like it's mixed with a snow owl and a polar bear. Yeah, they're pretty awesome. In the background, you see...
We all see these?
Yes, you see. There's only one. You see Oriel's lights in the background. It looks like it's moving around hunting for food.
Okay, I put my hand up and I say, everyone just remain calm. And I approach the owlbear and I sort of just give it a gesture that we're just passing.
How fast does it eat him?
Why don't you go ahead and you're gonna roll a animal handling check. I believe you get something for this though.
I do. Let me look up what you sent me.
Yeah, it should be in your character sheet under your bio there.
Under my bio?
Yeah, I cut and pasted it in there.
Oh, okay.
It should be in there.
Let's find out.
If it's not, you get to make it up, Zach.
No.
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 Okay.
Is it there?
Yes, it's a DC 10.
Okay.
Come on. Core. All right.
Oh.
Are you? Guys, can we inspiration?
Inspiration.
All right, you
Use
have
it.
one left.
Unless I buy more.
Unless you purchase more. Oh, no.
Did a crit fail.
Okay.
Yep.
So you
Great.
move forward.
What a cool power!
This owlbear who was minding his own business in the woods, he sees you approach, he turns towards you and looks down and growls. He hasn't actually moved in to attack yet, but as you've come out, you've sort of startled him.
Not an animal you want to startle.
No.
Just trying to
Roll
keep
for
it calm.
initiative.
What would you guys like to do?
Can we back away slowly and maybe it doesn't attack us because it's just a wild animal?
You could try that. So as you move back slowly from it, let's see here. It doesn't seem to, if it's indifferent, it doesn't seem to move towards you to attack, but it still like has this low rumbly growl next to it. Button, if you decide to try again and you fail, it will turn hostile.
I'll just wait until everybody's gotten away.
Okay.
Which
It's very
direction are we heading?
difficult to turn a dog sled.
I figured you probably left it on the road and went in here to look at whatever was making the noise. All right. What would you
Fair.
like to do, Zach?
I guess I'll just try this again.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The
All
highs and
right.
the letters of
And I'm like, no.
All right. So as you say that, it looks like, huh? Like it's surprised what you said, and it moves up towards you. It nuzzles you with its beak, rolls on its back, and shows you its belly.
Mhm.
Aw, can I run up and pet it?
No, get away.
I get a little jealous, like the way
Start
dogs
to move
do.
up to go
Like-
pet it.
It's all right.
Next to the owlbear, like
Just,
pets.
Tiro will run over and pet you. She'll just.
Oh, thank you.
Between Ani and Tira, we're like we've just behind both your ears, just like
You're good girl. Good girl.
So anytime anyone else gets anywhere near the owlbear, it looks towards him and growls a little bit. But it looks like Button is able to get close enough to rub its undercarriage. Looks like it would make a fine mustache if you wanted to harvest the. But
Who on earth would
What
want
if we get a
mustache
raven to
up?
go over there and like pluck out just like little bits?
Oh my god.
I wouldn't risk that. But you do what you want to do. Button, what would you like to do with this owlbear?
I'm just kind of going to gesture everyone to keep on their merry way, and then as they leave, I will give it a nice pat and toss it a piece of jerky or something and be on my way.
All right, it bites. It snatches the meat out of the air, and then as you are heading back towards your group, you hear a small whine, and as you look back, it's sort of lowered down on its haunches. It looks like it wants you to ride it.
Buddy.
To ride it?
That's what it's looking like.
All right, I'll sort of like hop up on its back. I'm like, okay.
All right, it shakes its fur feathers. I guess that's what an owlbear has, and
Furthers. They're
and-
called furthers.
furthers. And with that, you manage to ride. You see Button dart past you on this very fast snowy owlbear.
There's not a saddle on this thing. I don't know how to hold
Yeah,
it.
you're barebacking it, but you are able to ride it
I'm
all the way.
barebacking it.
They're backing it.
You're able to ride it all the way to Targos, and it seems to have befriended you. That being said, you know it does not do well in cities or towns, and the townsfolk most likely will be afraid of it.
All right, yeah. So we approach town. I stop it and I say, "All right, now you have to go. You have to get out of here."
It looks towards
Go
the
on,
woods
get
and
it.
back at you with what looks to be a sad expression on its face.
No, yeah, you gotta go. You have to leave.
All right, he.
Go on, get. And I like throw some snow.
he throws- All right, it looks to you in sadness, runs a little bit further, takes one last look over its shoulder before heading into the forest.
You broke its heart.
Well, that went better than we could have thought, I suppose.
All right. Yeah, good thing you rolled at 11. So after you've left your befriended owlbear, you managed to make it to the city of Targos, and I'm going to display this for you. I think I went through this one and took out all the secret stuff, so you should be able to look at this without problems. Give me a second.
Problems for you.
Problems for me. Exactly. Very fair. Targos. All right. Yeah. So this is a village that is on the lake, the Mare Djuldan, and it has a wooden wall like Bryn Shander that encircles it to protect against orcs and other threats. It makes a safe harbor for the town's boats, but because of Oriel's long winter, the ice has frozen and kept the ships and smaller vessels in the ice in this frozen lake. Some people like to go out and do ice fishing on its waters, but it has put a damper on the community. You do know from speaking with Tavis that this town does sacrifice humanoids one a month for Oriel to hopefully put her wrath at bay.
How long do we have until then?
The murders happened around the time, so you probably have at least 2 weeks before you have to worry about that. And the nice thing, is that none of you are actual citizens of these cities that you're going through, so you will not be in the lottery. Brennan.
That was a question.
Yeah, Bremen Bremen to the north is where Tira is from, but as I mentioned last time, her town they sacrifice warmth instead of people, which seems like the better deal to me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if they're sacrificing a person once a month, you do sort of wonder what kind of toll that takes on the general population.
Oh, it's not great. Everyone hates it.
Well, no, but I'm also thinking, like, you also are going to not breed enough to outpace that.
I mean, you don't have a lot to do here.
It's winter.
Maybe they had that population boom like they did back in Hillsfire.
Well, you know what it was? It was those sexy pirates that went through here before the winter hit, and they're fine. They're fine.
Yeah.
So you arrive in this place, and you look around for shelter, and that takes you to the Luskin Arms, which is the only inn in town. It looks like the person who runs it is a human. His name is Owen Tarsenal, and he's a quiet, balding man. He looks to you, and he kind of like nods his head in greeting, but doesn't say anything as he's polishing his one mug with the cloth.
Why do all these places only have one cup?
It's a very clean mug, let me tell you that. So what would you guys like to do? You're supposed to meet Toro here.
Yes, may we rest here for the evening?
Aye. You want a room? It'll cost you.
And what cost is that?
5 silver. If you'd like food and drink to go with it, that'll be a gold each. Now, I can tell you, the food at the Three Flags Sailing Tavern is much better than what I have here, but that's how it is.
You're not selling yourself very highly there.
Well, when the speaker of the town lives in your best suite, I don't really need to worry about that now, do I?
Oh, sassy. Okay.
I suppose not. It's just sort of like if you're just trying to sell the food, maybe just be a bit more upbeat about it.
Look, do you want the room or not?
Yes, we want the room.
All right, coins first.
But I don't think we're going to eat here.
All right, then it's 5 silvers each.
Okay.
I don't have any silver, so I'm just going to give them a gold.
Okay.
I think we could cover your part of
Yeah.
the cost if you don't have the right change button.
It's difficult to make. There's not really banking here.
Also,
He could
if
probably
he's
make
taking,
change.
I would say if he's taking gold and silver, depending on the pricing, he probably
He can make change.
has
He will not have enough change to change out a bloodstone, though.
I cover buttons.
Okay. Either way, mark it off. He says, "Here are your keys," and then he sees Natel. He says, "I saw one of your kind here, just recently, actually."
Oh, Toro? Big,
Yeah.
purple, kind of mean-looking?
He wasn't purple, I don't think. Sort of a maroon, I suppose. He's not purple, is he? Yeah. Sorry.
Wait, no, Toro's purple, right?
Is Toro
or
purple?
lilac?
Yeah.
Yeah, Toro's lilac.
Oh, sorry. I
Yeah.
was looking at his character in Hero Forge, and it didn't look that purplish to me. Either way, yes, he seems to be describing Toro.
Well, Chris,
Oh.
if you paid attention to your characters when they told you what they look like.
No.
would've-
You have to show me or write it down. Anything you tell me goes in one ear out the other. Ask my wife. She has her own character sheet for our marriage.
Yikes. Okay, so I assume he's not here anymore. Do you have any idea where he went?
He
Possibly?
didn't stay here. He was asking about Torgs, and then I think he went to get an ale at the tavern.
Oh, okay, we will go find him then, since apparently your food is not very good.
Yeah, that's. I don't blame you. With that, he turns back to his very important mug.
It's just not a good idea for business. I just don't think that's a very good plan.
Then don't buy food here.
I'm not going to buy food here. He clearly said it's not very good. It's just...
So as you're walking across the...
Do you want some sword knuckle? I still have some left over from before.
No, that's all right. I like my fish fresh, not fermented.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. It's not everyone.
I don't. It's not that I don't appreciate it. It's when you've got these big things, you have a certain taste for fish. I just prefer it right out of the water.
Honey's like, all right, let's just walk, as Button's still trying to explain himself because he's digging himself like deeper and deeper into this like
I'm not digging myself into anything. There's no hole to be digging. I'm just speaking.
I just realized that Button probably has a horrifying smile. But
it's like
I just want how much taller is Button than me? Because I presume me being about
he's
5.
He's like 6'3", something like that.
Right. So, at this point, because I'm 16 and don't give a fuck, you're trying to apologize and explain. Tira obviously doesn't really care. And I'm just like, let's go. And I just kind of grab you by the elbow and I just start pulling you forward, just walking as you're talking.
So as you go across the street, trudging through the town, the snow crunching underneath your feet, you hear a bark of a dog. And over the whistle of the wind, and a wolf-sized sled dog with light gray furs runs towards you, dragging a broken leather harness behind it.
Oh, that's not acid.
Puppy! I go up to it.
Yeah, I'll go up to it as well.
All right, Natel, you're back in Furbolg form, right? Otherwise, the tavern owner would have acted very different.
I have not been traipsing around in Direwolf.
Okay, just making sure.
Very scary.
So, the dog runs up to Natel and starts licking and barking and pawing at Natel. It does
understand that I have speech of leaf and beast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you like to say to it?
Well, obviously I see, I'll ask him where his owner is.
He's the dog seems panicky and very hyper, much as dogs are most of the time. He's like, Master, in danger, come, quick.
Did he fall down a well?
It's frozen, don't
It's
worry.
a frozen well, it's no problem. So
He
yeah,
didn't go very far.
so
Okay,
it runs off in another direction away from the tavern.
Oh.
What did you say to that dog?
Yeah, but
I bark a little bit at Mirnix. And then I'm like, no, his master needs help, I guess. I mean, I'll probably go help. Would anybody like to help me?
Let's go.
Of course.
All right, so you chase
Wait.
after the dog, and it leads you to a small, modest home in the middle of Targos. And as it scratches at the door, it opens up, and a handsome man in his 30s opens the door, and the dog races inside.
Yes, sick.
He is, yes. He looks towards you, and seeing you instead of... apparently this person was expecting someone. Seeing you instead, his expression sort of drops a little bit. And he sort of fades, and he says, come out of the code. Please, come in. Thank you for returning my dog.
Your dog requested aid.
So this man, he says, my name is Keegan. Can I introduce you in some cider? I've made it myself.
Oh, yeah. Is it, what kind of cider are we talking? Is it alcoholic cider?
No, unfortunately, no. It's just just apple cider. I keep it warm though.
Oh yeah, it sounds delicious, I think.
All right, so he takes out some mugs and fills them, and he puts them in your hand. You feel the warmth as you cradle it, and he says,
I don't want any, but I appreciate it.
Oh sure, no problem. If you change your mind, just let me know.
Can I go huddle around the fire if he's got a fire going in his
Yeah,
house?
he does.
Just, I beeline for that because I am so cold.
Beltran just kind of caresses the mug and is like, oh yes, I appreciate anything that's hot, and then winks at him.
That's so good. He doesn't seem to get the hint, or if he does, he's ignoring it very well. But he does look towards you and smiles. He sees Mirnix and I guess you're not too used to the winters here, are you?
No, how do you people live?
Well, I've been living here my whole life, so I guess you could say I'm used to it. Honestly, the last 2 years have been a little rough.
It's so cold.
Apparently,
Just
they have very
leave.
low property costs and an excellent education system. That's why they stay.
And the metal scene
So-
is fantastic.
Yes.
While this is going
The
on,
best.
I'm trying to look around and see if I notice anything off. Like, where did the dog go? Because the dog didn't run to him. The dog ran inside, right?
So the dog ran inside, circled in a panic, and is now pawing at his master's lap.
Okay, so what did you need help with?
Well, I tell you, if you found my dog without my husband, then I fear he may be in danger. Sorry,
There
Valtreya.
it is, Valtreya, sorry.
I would say it was like either that or like the masculine version of me. So, notices nothing.
So Keegan continues. He says, I was born in 10 Towns, but my husband came from a wealthy family in Neverwinter. Garrett didn't care much for city life. When I met him, he was working as a guide. He loved the outdoors, and he lives to climb mountains. A few days ago, Garrett was hired by some adventurers to lead them up the slopes of Kelvin's Cairn. Kelvin's Cairn. There you go. Jeez. Garrett's
Kelvin's
plan,
Cairn?
was to take the adventurers to Cairn, the town at the foot of Kelvin's Cairn. After they arrived, some climbing gear from the outfitters there. After they acquired some climbing gear from the outfitters there, he was to lead them up the mountain. Garrett took 6 dogs and a sled with him. Boy here was Garrett's favorite. Raised him from a pup. Boy would never leave Garrett's side unless something terrible had happened. So just to show you on your map here.
I was like, because I don't know where any of these
Yeah,
places
so
are.
if you zoom out a little bit, Kelvin's Cairn is this huge mountain that can be seen from any of the 10 towns to the north of Targos, right here.
I've
Okay.
been there many times. That's the cliff of by name.
Oh, there it is. I like that. And Cairn, where they were going to, is way over here. That being said, you imagine the dog probably ran through the Dwarven Valley, this sort of mining valley to the south, and perhaps came down from that direction.
How long ago did they leave?
I think it was a week. Let me double check that.
Oh, then they did. They were.
Valtreya.
I didn't say it out loud.
Okay.
He's right, though. They're probably dead.
What?
A little bit more tact than that.
All right, he says, yeah, I know what you're thinking. If it's been a week, he's probably dead. But I tell you, my husband had amazing survival skills. If anyone could make it in the cold without adequate supplies, it would be him. He probably just is having trouble getting back. It's a lot to ask, but could I persuade you to go there and find Garrett and possibly his companions? I don't have any money, but the proprietor of the Luskan Arms is a friend of mine. You probably met him. Lovely fellow. I can get you free rooms at the inn.
Terrible friends.
Oh,
Rooms.
if that doesn't help, I am a scrimshander by trade, and I could give you some of my artwork. It's not much, I confess.
I mean, that to me sounds fine, I think.
Yeah.
We have to
That's
find
fine.
his husband. We got
I also just want to help you find your husband. That's very
Right.
sad that he's missing.
Natal, can you get any more information from the dog?
You can
I'm
try.
sure I could. Yeah.
So when you speak to these animals, do they speak to you and you kind of like understand the speech,
It's
or
kind
is
of like it's a rudimentary, like, hold on, let me bring up
okay?
the-
But you don't get like images and shit, right?
No, not images, it's just, hold on.
I think it's like you get the gist.
Okay.
Yeah, I get like the gist of it. Yeah, I can understand the meaning of their words. Yeah.
So basically, you get the gist of screams, teeth, claws. I ran.
Oh dear. Okay. Sounds like they were attacked. Well. And how far? I mean, how long of a distance is it to get to this?
So let me just guesstimate it. So to the next town from where you are without a sled is a 6-hour walk. With a sled, it's like 4. And then that next town is Termalaine, this place right here. So that's about a 6-hour walk from a well-worn path But going from Termalaine across the Dwarven Valley to Kelvin's Cairn will probably take you a good day of travel.
Oh.
8 hours of hard walking. Or
Although-
A
sledding.
large time commitment.
Yeah, I would say, but Natal, is there a way to get a gist from the dog how long ago this, like, when it ran back, how long it took? Because if they were already on their way back for some reason, or if they hadn't gotten but so far, maybe they're somewhere along the road and not all the way there. Like, would the dog have a sense of time of, like, how many, I know they don't have sun going on now, but, like, how many moons or
Well,
something?
very
or-
much like how my dog, when I go to work and come back, thinks it's been 1,000 years. This dog thinks it's been 1,000 years. So unfortunately, with all the panic and everything, it doesn't really have a sense of time. From the way it's describing it, though, it seems like they did get to the mountain. He wasn't describing a town. He was describing like a snowy hillside. So they probably made it to the mountain.
I imagine the dog would be able to lead us there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to ask if...
Should we do our business that we need to do in town before we head out on this likely perilous journey?
With that, Keegan looks to you and he says, well, I understand it's a lot to ask, and I'm sure you have your own business. So, have you ever played an RPG, a role-playing game? Because sometimes you earn these side quests and they can sit in your backlog for hours,
Yes.
and you can get
What
to
if
it
I
later
can-
on.
Yes, if I can unselect this one for a little
Yes, you
while.
can activate it later by going to your player menu. But please,
Yes,
my
but-
husband's life is at stake.
Right. And I'm
We
sure
might
we'll
wait
come...
till we're higher level.
Yeah,
This.
we might,
You may
Like a
want
bit
to
of
grind a
innovation.
little bit. But yes,
yeah,
so...
we may want to grind a bit.
I'll go grab your owlbear and see how fast you make it with the
I know
owlbear.
we just had a task.
God damn it! Why did I walk away when he asked about role playing? Yes.
I could probably
Oh,
get there pretty fast.
He's
Yeah.
like Thomas. I got that now. He's like Thomas.
Yes, he's like Thomas.
He's like Thomas.
So what would you guys like to do?
I would like to...
We should probably meet with Toro first, I think, and see.
Yes,
what
at
he
least
found.
we probably
we have
shouldn't
to-
run off on a multi-day journey without telling him. Even
All right. So with that, you bid
at the very least, sleep.
you bid Keegan farewell and head towards the Three Flag Sailing Tavern. Would you like to take the dog with you? You haven't really asked him.
Well, no, I feel like so. I'll tell him that before we head out, we'll come back and talk to him and pick up. What was the dog's name?
Boy.
Boy.
Boy. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Which I want to
Well-
DM and say that it's a girl dog. Just
Yes,
because that
obviously.
sounds great. Yeah.
And we'll pick up Boy because hopefully he could take us to where your husband is.
Yes, he's a sled dog. He's not a wolf. He has some wolf blood in him. But if you think that would help, yeah, of course, Boy will go with you.
Okay. Yes, we'll come by and pick him up before we leave. And
Fantastic.
that way you'll know that we're on our way.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And
Of
with
course.
that, he leads you out, directs you towards the tavern, and you find your way there. The atmosphere of this place is subdued. The fishers are cold. They're tired.
What a surprise.
And they're they're unsure of Icewind Dale's future, as their main method of providing for their families has been sort of taken away from them. You see that the woman at the front of the tavern is this plump, gray-haired widow, or I guess you can't see that she's a widow, but she's a widow, and she
She
seems
appears
to
to be a
be
widow.
fussing with some of the fishers as if they were her children, like serving them, but also, scolding them playfully.
Have you anything fresh caught? I ask, politely.
She looks at you and she says, "Of course, Ma has the most fresh food that you could ever wish. What do you want?
One fish.
Not
Your
two
pick.
fish? Two fish? A red fish?
A red fish,
A blue
a
fish?
blue fish. Either way, it's fine.
All right, with that, she's like, "Yeah, would you'd like it fried?
Just as is.
You want a raw fish? You want me to serve you a raw fish? And then
I
you're going to
wouldn't
get
want
stomach
raw
cramps and leave me a
fishes.
terrible review, and no one will come to my shop in Icewind Dale."
I've actually heard good things about the food here.
That's right, you have. And with that, she goes to get you a fish. Anything else?
Oh, wait, no. Oh, before you go, do you have like buns or like bread?
Yeah, I'm sure I could strike something up.
Okay, here's what I would like for you to do, and I will pay extra for it. Can you please fry a fish and put it between the bread?
Oh, yeah, I've
it's
thought about
really-
this before.
Can you make 2, actually?
Well, I have to tell you, the bread is rather stale. Should I crumble it into crumbs and maybe coat the fish and then fry the fish in the bread-coated...
No.
Not that? That's not what we're going
No.
for?
No, that's not what we're going for. I would like
we
the
want it
fish
sandwiched
in the bread.
between 2 pieces of bread.
All right.
Yes.
Then you're paying for it. With that,
That's
they...
totally fine.
She goes ahead and she makes this whole batch of like fish between 2 breads fried, and then a raw fish for Breton.
That's our new name. That's our new song name.
So a raw fish on the table for Button, and then this sort of palette of fried fish for you guys. The entire meal costs 8 silver pieces, which is quite high for what it is, but since it was a special order and it is very delicious, you see it's well worth it.
Did she actually fry the fish and then do the sandwich, or did she like make the sandwich and then fry it?
Fry it.
She did
No,
that
waiting for-
second thing.
Okay.
It's like a fish version of a Monte Cristo.
It's exactly what's going on there.
Monte Cristo.
Montefisto.
I'll go ahead and
God
put down the
damn it!
I'll put down the-
That's a punspiration. I'll give you that one. So you're actually at 2 now because we used one for the owlbear and I didn't take it away. So I'll leave it at 2.
I like her interpretation of this, Valtreya. I've never had the entire sandwich fried before.
This is pretty great. I think if we had
Yeah,
like
that's pretty good.
some like sugar to like just dust over the top of it.
You want a
And
fish
from out
beignet?
of-
And from out of the pouch.
And from out
Probably
of
sugar.
my pouch, I go, so by the way, remember we were given this. What spices would you like? Because we can just add whatever.
So as you're taking out different spices from the party as they say what they'd like, you hear Ma, the woman, grumbling from behind the counter, say, I do my best to cook in there. There's not enough seasoning. I see how this
Oh,
is."
yeah. No, I would never do that in a restaurant. That's
Well,
incredibly.
it's kind of out.
Wait, did she see me though? Because I can roll sleight of hand.
Well, they just heard you say, what kind of spices would you like? So there it is.
Oh,
Fair
damn.
enough.
Now she doesn't like us.
I'll leave her a large tip.
I do that Garfield thing where I put the whole fish in my mouth and I pull out.
That sounds
No,
good. Yeah,
staring at Button
But
like,
that was
what?
very impressive.
Don't encourage him to tell.
Look, I have lived with 2 goblins and a kobold before. That's nothing. It's nothing.
I don't think they would put out the bones, actually. I think they'd probably just eat them.
Quite possibly. Now that I
Yes.
think of it.
They did.
Your old friends are kind of weird, weren't they?
No, they were wonderful, and I missed them very much.
They were delightful.
But
Eh.
a little weird, but mostly delightful.
Yes, a little weird, but yes, delightful.
All right. So with that, you look around the tavern and you only see fishermen. You don't see anyone. You don't see Toro.
Where did that Thorple go?
Does Ma have anything to say about him? Like, has she seen him?
What would you like to ask her?
She's perhaps seen a giant purple
Furry person.
purple.
All right. She looks over at you, Valtreya, and says, "Might have, maybe not."
I have offered her 5 silver.
All right. So you take silver and throw it on the table there, and she's like, "Oh, you think you can buy your way out of this, then, huh? First you come into my establishment and start changing my cooking, ordering whatever you like, and now you're trying to bribe me."
Going to ask for more ale.
So she snatches it off the table, says, "Yeah, your ale's on the way. And yes, I did see your friend. He was much more polite than you lot."
That's very surprising, but okay.
Well, to be fair, he honestly didn't say a single thing, but that was still more polite than you lot. And with that, she goes over and takes out a tankard of ale and puts it on the table. Says, "He was asking about that merchant company. They came through here a few days ago. Torgs. Yes, Torgs. That's it. Yes. They came through, peddled their wares, sold some items, and then they continued north towards Termalaine."
That's convenient.
I'm not sure what days
Do
ago.
we think do we think Toro headed up without us? Because I feel like there's a very high probability that he did.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well, if there's only one inn in town and he doesn't have a room there, then
He tends to do things alone, so I wouldn't put it past him.
Let's go follow him.
well, conveniently looking at, I hope we have a map. That looks like one of the towns along the way to searching for the lovely husband that seems to be missing.
It was a 1 in 10 chance, so
Yeah, it's true. And these dots are following the plot, looks like, so it's all coming together.
All coming together.
What time is day is it? I tried to look for the clock handle, but I don't see one.
Okay, it's honestly very hard to tell, and you're having difficulty adjusting to the time. It's like, well, I mean, just take a look outside, she says jokingly. No, I adjust. It's in the evening, although it's hard to tell
Okay.
these days.
Guys, I'm very, very tired. I pulled a lot of things today. Could we maybe sleep and then go to the
absolutely.
town?
Yes.
All right.
That sounds
So-
like a fine idea, actually.
I do look at Ma because I presume she has like specials and stuff written on a board like most of these places do. And with all the sailors and whatnot coming in here and drinking, I'm sure it's all messed up and whatever by the end of the day. So, to kind of make up for being rude earlier, I just kind of go, I can fix that if you like. It looks like some of the other patrons spilled stuff on it, and if you give me just a few minutes, I'm actually quite good with calligraphy. I'm sorry for offending you earlier, but I can try to make it up for you by fixing up your sign.
So she goes on to fuss about, first they insult my food, and now they're insulting the decor. But as you look closely, you see that she has a small smile under her face. She says, go on, sweetie, try what you
Someone
like.
poured beer on it. What do you like? I'm trying to be nice.
That was
so
your first mistake, is your kindness. Don't ever do that.
In which case,
Not here.
I purposely trip Button just a bit.
And it leads to a full-out bar brawl. No, just kidding. So with that, you use your calligraphy.
Yep,
Oh
great
no!
sword.
Don't.
Cut her I cut her right in half.
I was like, no, I'd like to do a sleight of hand and actually just trip him just a little bit and make it seem like an accident.
Ooh. Okay, let's try this right now. So it's going to be a sleight of hand check versus Button's acrobatics check.
Okay.
Whoever rolls higher wins. Sleight of hand is 16. Oh, she did get you barely, just making you stumble a smidgen as she steps in front of you.
I'm
Obviously
so
on purpose. So you go ahead and clean up her board, leaving Button trying to decide if he wants to cut you in half an hour later. And after this happens, you pay your tab. So whoever's paying, go ahead and remove that from your pouch if you wouldn't mind. The whole price of the meal itself was 8 silver pieces, and then the 5 silver pieces that Valtrea used for the ale and information.
I went ahead and took care of the gold.
Okay.
I would
that sounds
like
good.
one more fish as well, and I can give some money for that.
Okay, sounds good. So she's like, here, take it on the road. And she tosses you a fish, and you catch it by the tail.
I
Flop.
appreciate it. What type of fish is it?
Oh, I look around. Before we leave, do you have a singing fish too?
Oh, you
God.
mean the mythical Old Bitey in Bryn Shander? No, that's a one-of-a-kind item. You can't find that anywhere unless you have a Sky Mall catalog.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I can't
the
travel by
Kingdom of
air yet,
Skymore.
so I'll
Yes.
have to wait. I am not level
Only
8.
the most powerful wizards can order from said catalog. But with that, you do leave the tavern and head back towards the inn, and you see Owen there, still polishing the same mug. There's no patrons in the waiting room there, as but he gives you a brisk nod. He says, "Your rooms are upstairs." As you head upstairs, I'd like you to roll a perception check. Everybody.
Okay, what's gonna kill us now?
Tira
Oof.
notices the Tarask, but Marltrea does not. All right, so as you're looking here,
Oh, now I get a dirty 20.
so as
No,
everyone's
you
heading
got a nat.
upstairs, everyone's excited.
Oh, it was a nat 20.
Yeah, everyone's exhausted as you head upstairs. Kenzie, your character, as you're heading up, you're the last one to go. You see the door to what apparently is the larger suite open up, and a man comes out, and you notice that he has horns similar to Anarissa. He says something to the innkeeper, and then grabs an ale and brings it back in. As he goes into the room behind, you do see another man in the same room who's apparently feeding something small to some sort of creature in a cage.
I don't like any of that.
Okay.
Did he say anything in common, or was it in?
It was
a different
too.
language?
It was too quiet. It was like a personal conversation, so you didn't overhear the words. It seemed like common.
Okay, because I was say like if he's a tiefling and he does infernal, I can understand that too.
Right, but only Mirnix recognizes this right now.
Can I run and tell everybody real quick?
So you head up to your rooms and you relay this information. Go ahead.
Okay, so not to change any of our plans, but there's another tiefling in the building, and he's with another guy, and they're feeding some weird-looking creature in a cage. So that's a thing now.
That or something that they had taken captive, because, I mean...
So the cage looked to be about 3 feet by a foot tall, so not very large.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It seemed like it was on a desk.
and Ani kind of looks around at the others who are from this area. They're like, well, she's like, well, how often do you see tieflings here? Because they're all over the place in Waterdeep.
Not very often,
We
except.
don't really
But I mean, I also don't see very many giant pink wolves or.
Yeah, do we know what the Stephek character was? Do we ever get a description?
So the only description you got from Tavis was that he was a human.
Okay.
Right. You haven't really asked about him, so you haven't learned anything else about him, but that's basically what you've gotten, is that he's a human and he's the bodyguard of Torg's merchant company. That's a traveling caravan that goes from town to town.
And we don't know what the boss of Torgs looks like.
No.
So,
Okay.
who did the innkeep say had the best room?
It was
He
the
mentioned...
speaker of the town.
Right, speaker of the town.
Would he be human? Could he be?
Let's see. Tira, you're from Bremen, which isn't too far away. Go ahead and roll a history check, and let's see if you can recall what the speaker, who the speaker of Targos is.
Okay. It's a 14.
14's okay.
So, what did you learn with this stellar education system they have up here?
You've been through Targos enough times to hear the name of Nerth Maxil Danner. Jesus, yeah, you've heard that name. Who's the speaker of Targos, but you know that he is a human. You haven't heard of any tieflings.
Okay. With a 21 perception check, did I notice the other person in the room as well? Or
Oh,
was
I'm
that-
sorry, I didn't even see your 21 perception check. The green 20 kind of came up with it. I'll give you that the man in the other man in the room was not a tiefling. He was definitely human. The tiefling was wearing armor.
Okay.
So that means he's not our guy then. Because the guy we're looking for is the human.
Was a human in the room.
Yeah.
May I ask, is this something that you all find unnatural? There are 2 men in the room. There are 6 of us in this room.
You have multiple rooms, like 2 to a room, let's say. Unless you all want to hunker down.
This sounds
I don't know how
good.
we're having a conversation if we're all in 4 different rooms.
I think we're just all in the hallway, aren't we?
I figured you were just yelling through the walls.
Listen,
The doorway, if we go back, if I look back out, is the door closed to their personal room?
As you stick your head down look down the balcony of the staircase, you see that door has closed.
Okay.
Chris, we are far more technically advanced than like yelling. We definitely have 2 cans in a string.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fair. You're right.
Is
Not
is there
so
like a
short.
keyhole or anything we can look through, or?
You could, however, the door is next to the bar, and to do that in front of Owen would be a little suspect.
Well, but we have ways.
Oh.
You know, it's
It's a look to Leif,
Okay.
and you'll see me just kind of look at him, and I give him a telepathic command, and he disappears.
Holy shit. Okay.
Is he the spiritual one?
No, this is the other one.
Okay.
Disappears.
Okay.
And you sort of see Kira just sits down next to the wall and just kind of like rolls her eyes back in her head and just closes her eyes. And Leif is going to hop forward as invisible and attempt to look through the keyhole.
Is this just standard invisibility or greater?
It's standard invisibility.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is go ahead and roll a stealth check. This is not to see if Owen sees you. This is to see if Leif can look through the keyhole without giving himself away.
Okay.
And if you don't have a stealth stat for him, it's just dexterity.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. It's a 14.
All right, so you're seeing what the bird sees, yeah?
What the raven sees, yeah.
So looking through its eyes, you look through and you see again what looks to be a fire. The vision's a little distorted from the keyhole. You see the tiefling seem to be reclined in a chair, speaking with the other man in there, but the door makes the sound too muffled to really hear what they're saying. But the man who's feeding something to the creature in the cage, looking through, you see that he's holding a mouse by the tail and releasing it into the cage. And as the man walks away from the cage, you see a flying snake devour the mouse.
Ooh.
Okay.
And as she's relaying this, the three of us are just looking at each other going like, these fuckers again.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you this because I just described it to you, and I forgot that you gave me the super cool digital version. So let me see if I can find it. Player art handouts.
Pro tip to all players out there, if you buy your DM books and games online, he'll play them with you.
Sorry, the art's really... Is it this guy? No.
If not, you can just make him feel bad about his life choices.
That is also true.
Shaming him is very powerful. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wait. I think I got it. I'm also still learning how to use this version of it.
So it was like, make sure you get him the digital version that thoroughly confuses him. So sometimes you accidentally get the wrong picture and get extra information.
That's very true. All right, so if I go here, nope, that's definitely not what I want to show you. There's a really cool picture, but anyway, Tira, while the DM doesn't know how to use a computer, go ahead and go upstairs and relay the information of what your raven saw, who's able to come back to you without alerting.
Okay, so the raven will pop back onto my shoulder, like spontaneously manifest back again, and I'll open my eyes a little bit and kind of shiver. So, that was actually pretty creepy. So there is someone there. The tiefling is sitting in a chair, and the human man, he's feeding something in a cage. It looks like a snake, with like wings, and he's just feeding it like a live mouse.
Huh.
Again, these fuckers again. Because
I
weren't these
don't-
some of the groups that we had in Waterdeep that we'd deal with the snake with wings that kept showing up?
There it is. So
Huh.
this is what you see. This is what you see through the raven's eyes.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I've never seen anything like that, so I don't know what you're talking about. But okay, it's a little weird.
Snakes aren't all that bad. It
So
just
yeah,
depends
Natel,
on
Anarissa, and Valtrea, you have seen flying snakes.
Yeah, no, just the last time we saw them, they were associated with the group that, likes to do murder and things. So we're a little wary of it because it's the favored symbol and pet of this group. So.
Oh yes, the Black Network. That's right.
So the rest of the night
Okay.
goes uneventful, and you enjoy a long rest, recovering all of your stats. And in the morning, Owen gives you a light breakfast of just biscuits, basically, and some water. And with that, you can decide what you'd like to do.
This biscuit isn't actually that bad. You should really, feel more confident in your cooking.
Well, to be fair, it's not my cooking. I just don't like people hanging around. I probably should have chosen a different profession than an innkeeper, but here we are in Icewind Dale.
No, you fit in very well around here. That sounds about right.
It's on par for the course, yeah. So, what would you guys like to do as you're munching on your biscuits?
Well, at this point, we're pretty sure that Toro went on without us. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing we need to prep to go and see if we find him and, dude's husband along the way.
All right. Are you going to? You're going to stop in Termalaine, right? It going straight to the Kelvin's Cairn is quite far.
Right, but isn't Termalaine kind of along the way?
Yeah, it's about halfway
Yeah.
down the way. Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense to go there
Yeah.
first.
Okay, that's what I was double checking, that you're going to Termalaine first.
Well, no, that's fine because I am not the best with maps.
Neither am I, as
me.
I'm having issues getting this
So
fucking
I just wanted to
road
make
line
sure
up.
that I wasn't doing something stupid. Are you moving all the roads?
I am. I'm trying to get them to line up, and they just won't do it. My OCD is just going nuts. Anyway, close enough. You can follow.
No, I was like, as I'm saying that I wasn't very good with maps, the map was literally changing,
Right.
and I was going, so I'm not usually this bad.
So
However,
with that,
at the moment...
if you're traveling there, how would you guys have your dog sled, and then axe beak for Kenzie, who you can sort of mount up like horses. Like there's other axe beaks around. It seems like the main way to travel. You see 0 horses, but a few axe beaks.
Hey.
Natel, are you wild shaping? Or are you going?
Yeah, I'll wild shape. I will just big chonk and
Big
then I'll
chonk?
try it.
All right, that works.
Just right on me.
Button?
Yeah.
I do that whistle that I can't do
Okay. No.
to see
All right.
if my owlbear companion.
Roll an
I'm
animal
just
handling check. Oh, okay. With that, you hear this like coming out of the woods as you're on the outskirts of Targos. Luckily, not in this big owlbear just comes up, sits on its hind legs, and it's like its tongue's hanging out of its beak. And it seems very excited to see you.
I toss it half of my second fish.
Nice.
From last night.
All right, and it Garfields it out and throws the bones away.
I kind of like bury my head in the towel just because it's like so adorable, and I'm like, this is so cute.
I'm very warm.
So you get yourselves bundled up and you start traveling from Targos to Termalaine. And you know traveling in Icewind Dale is tough. So what do we got to do, everybody? Random motherfucking encounter.
Random encounter.
And after this encounter, we'll be calling it a night and taking up our next adventure from Termalaine. So let's go ahead and see what we come up with this, guys. Now, if you're watching on stream...
We did get the dog from
Oh!
the...
I'm glad you remembered.
I was like,
right,
before...
right, yeah.
I was like, let's make sure we actually state that, because I know that was the plan, but...
We
Okay.
take it with us.
We'll grab
Yeah.
Boy.
So
Yeah.
boy is with you.
Oh, good.
Boy will not appear on the combat map because I don't want him to die, but the owlbear can.
No, there's no need for that.
Okay,
I don't want to add another thing to initiative.
that's fair.
I'm just like enjoying the fact that there are 2 puppies here, and I am just having so much
The
fun
blizzard
with
die is
Astrid
not-
and
okay,
Boy.
so blizzard does not come through. They have whole like blizzard rules and stuff. It's pretty cool, but no, didn't happen this time.
I would say there's nowhere on this random roll that is just everything goes easy and it's a nice, pretty day.
That's right.
I hope not.
That's what happened with Chalice and Chains.
It did.
We were like,
I took
We
that.
had it once and we were like, what is this?
I took that out because it was still a long ass adventure. I'm glad I did too. Okay, so this is number. There it is. Ah, all right. As you're traveling towards Termalaine, the first few hours are uneventful, but as you are about 2/3 of the way there, you see a group of figures approaching from the northeast.
Can
Are they nice figures?
we
You're
see,
not sure.
Can we see anything as they? Can we?
How far away?
They look to be about probably like 1,000 feet away. They're kind of obscured by the snow, even though it's not a blizzard. There is snow blowing from the ground. They seem a little shorter than your average human.
Okay,
How many?
Leif. I'd like to use Leif and go to fly and scout them out.
All right. As Leif goes up to scout, you see through your raven's eyes 8 dwarves. It looks like they're wearing cold weather clothing. They have goggles on and are wearing snowshoes.
What are they saying? Because I can understand Dwarvish.
And you
I
can hear through
I can detect through all of Leif's senses.
They aren't talking to each other as they're just sort of trying to fight against the cold. But as you are traveling, or as the raven flies over again, you see the symbol of the Battlehammer clan emblazoned on their armor, or their gear, I should say.
Okay, all right. So can I fly over them and just give them through Leif's mouth a command? Keep going, friends ahead.
Okay, so as this raven lets out its crow like, keep going, friends. I only have two voices. Keep going, friends ahead. The dwarves look around in alarm, and then they sort of see your silhouettes in the distance, and they continue to move towards you. As they approach, they look and they say, friends, said the raven.
That's us.
The raven's never wrong.
Greetings. What brings you out here in the snow?
We're heading to the town that way, and you're probably heading to the town that way.
True, we're heading towards Targos. We just mined some in the Dwarven Valley. The one thing that Icewind Dale does have a lot of is mines.
Mm-hmm.
You see that they have the iron ingots similar to the other 3 Battlehammer dwarves that you met earlier.
You didn't happen to notice a human in there, did you?
A human in the mines? No, just us dwarves. We did hear of an expedition to the mountain, though, just north of our valley. People tend to go there and look for different treasures, but we know better than to go there.
They like to climb and take pictures of it. And
yes,
then
selfies.
post
It's
about
obnoxious.
It. Yeah, they like, oh, look at me. They don't think about the actual ramifications that happen to the mountain.
Right, they just climb the mountain and emblazon live, laugh, love in the top, and it's terrible.
It's awful.
Sounds about
They
right.
leave their garbage everywhere.
They say, no, we know that's no place for... That's Yeti town. That's Yeti country.
Oh, good.
Yetis?
How long ago did they pass through?
Oh, they didn't pass through our valley. We did see a dog run through at one point. In fact, it's that dog right there.
This one right here. Yeah, we're trying to find his owner. Well, his other owner is back in town, but the dog returned without the human he was supposed to be with, and so we're trying to track him down. So we think he may have been heading there, but you said you didn't see anyone go through your valley recently, so they must have taken a bit of a different way to the mountain.
Most of the expeditions go out of Cairn to the south east of Kelvin's Cairn. So no, we rarely get people out of the Dwarven Valley. But we'll keep an eye out and send word. If you're going to Termalaine, we'll send word somehow. Hopefully you'll find your comrade.
Yeah. You also, because they're heading to Targos?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So when we left there was 3 of your brethren there that had some trouble along the way. They're okay, but they had some injuries. So just so you know, when you go there, you may want to check on them.
They're in Brunshender.
They're not in Targos.
Brunshender. God. Okay, they're in one of these towns.
Oh, you mean
There's only 10 of them
Hana's
in the
group?
family.
Is she all right?
She's the one we talked to, because I wasn't
She's
here. And I don't know
she was the leader of the 3 dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the doctor.
Yeah. Oh yes, Michael Rodriguez. He's from the south. We sent him with the other 2, hoping they'd be able to keep safe, but it's brutal here with Oriel's curse upon us.
They're fine. We were able to get to them and all of their ingots safely to Brunshender. They might be minus a few toes, but other than that, they're healthy.
Oh, that's all we can hope for here. Hey, blessings upon you. We must be getting on our way. And with that, they wrap up themselves and they continue to trek through the snow, and eventually they disappear out of your vision. All right. So you guys rolled the 2 friendly encounters. I guess that's all that's left is shitty ones. So the rest of your travel to Termalaine is uneventful, and you make it to the town as well. Now let me get to that page. Termalaine is a much larger town than Targos was. It was at one point one of the most picturesque towns in Icewind Dale, spreading out across the shore of Mer Duraldun and bordered to the north and west by tall pines. It's as soon as you enter, though, the grandeur of this town is sort of dropped by just the sheer coldness around you. It seems like it's even getting colder as you enter. You do see what looks to be a large tavern and an inn. And yeah, looks like quite the place. Let me see if I can
spot a purple furbolg anywhere who, ditched us.
not out in the cold. Let me make sure.
I
this
didn't know
is-
if we walked in.
How long have we been walking?
This was a 4-hour journey by sled.
Okay, I am out of wild shape then.
Yeah.
I tell the owlbear to hide over there in the woods. Just
All right.
keep down if you can. I will
He
summon
seems to
if
look at you
necessary.
expectantly.
Here's some jerky.
All right. He takes another one of your rations as a treat. I'm going to show you guys the map of Termalaine, but please don't click on any links, okay? Because I can't seem to hide those right now. Or you can just ignore it.
Click all the links.
Don't click no links! So this is a larger town. The Blue Clam is the name of the tavern. I know. Mhm.
I don't.
That's it. That's
I
it.
don't like it.
And the east side is the inn. So
What was the name of my
Itchy
gross
Pearl.
tavern?
It was the Itchy Pearl.
Oh.
Every moment
no.
of it.
The Itchy Pearl.
Hope.
here is the sigil of Termalaine. It looks like this. So
Yeah.
also slightly suggestive, but there you
not
are.
helping. It's really not helping.
It is definitely like snickering.
Mm.
All right, so you're heading down to, or where would you like to head to, actually?
Oh, I suppose we should head to the inn or to get something to eat. I probably need to stock up. If I'm going to be feeding an owlbear, I'm probably going to need to buy some jerky.
All right, so
Yeah.
you're heading towards a shop, or the
Yes,
inn, you
but
said?
also to
I
go to
think
the
the
inn.
inn first and just sort of set up, and then maybe we go for shopping.
Hopefully we can find Toro there.
All right, so you're walking towards the inn, and along the way, see, they can't knock on your door anymore, guys, because you're going to their town. So you see a boy wrapped in a heavy winter coat. He shouts news of the day as people pass by. When you approach, the boy cries, "The gemstone mine is closed because of monsters. Speaker Matthew is offering 50 gold to anyone who clears it out."
50.
50 gold.
For a gemstone mine, I feel like we could get paid more.
That's true, but
Well,
it's
we
full
We
of
can pocket some
monsters.
gemstones. It's okay.
Maybe we can.
You know how much money 50 gold is? That's a lot.
Yeah, for you guys, it's actually quite high. For people from
We could buy this
Waterdeep,
town.
it sounds like small change, but here, 50 gold is a bit.
No, it's a gold.
It's 50 bits.
Oh, right.
Well, so what would you like to do?
We probably still need to go to the inn and figure out what's going on. I mean, yes, this kid is shouting and doing all the things, but we already have a quest and a side quest.
And the gemstone's not
We
going anywhere.
could
so-
take care of this later. Really, I mean, when we come back, maybe if we find Garrett.
In the notes section of your bio is a great place to write down these things, because it seems to be everywhere you go are extra little quests that pop up.
Yeah, we're gonna unselect this quest.
Okay.
Yeah.
What Zach said earlier.
That works. So as you open the door, you see a woman, and she's looks to be a bard. She's playing a harp and singing a song near the fireplace. You see another human woman who is behind the bar, and a willowy teenager moving around, tending to the different tables. And at the bar, you see Toro the Exile.
Well, hi.
He turns towards you. He raises his mug and says, "What took you so long?"
Well, the fact that you didn't even leave word for us at the last town was, not particularly helpful.
He says, "I knew you'd find me eventually. Where else could we go except for to go after Torgs? I'll tell you, they're here." And he says, "Hey, Marta, another round for these companions." And with that, she starts pouring more mugs of ale. And he gestures, he stands up and gestures towards a table that's big enough to accompany your entire party.
Are you sure you don't want the table entirely by yourself?
Oh.
He ignores the jab and has a seat.
Nutella.
On the other hand, I'm like really, really taken aback because Nutella is never that snippy.
I feel like Anursa is taking this point to like quietly message her and go, "Do you want me to trip him too?"
No, that's fine.
So,
Right.
sorry,
Keep
go ahead.
pushing my button.
Oh no.
Oh, is that the is that this? Is that
Yep. So I've got this touchscreen up already, so I'll just touch it.
might as well, yeah.
Oh, it got bigger.
That's what happens. So, when sorry, Toro's
Not
there, and
Cypress.
Toro has
Find
just
dead husband.
Toro says that Torgs is here.
Oh.
Where?
He says the caravan is just around the corner from here. They'll be open in the morning. Pretty good prices, I must say. And I have also put eyes on our target, Mr. Stephek Kaltro. He continues and he says, "What makes me nervous is that you realize how cold it is outside. When I saw him, he was wearing no coat, no scarf, no gloves. It's like the cold didn't even touch him. Kiss of the Frostmaiden indeed."
Impossible.
It's like the cold doesn't bother him anyway.
Hey, just let it go.
Ah, God damn it! I walked right into that. Well, let me see if there's anything else. There was a woman with him. She didn't seem like she worked for the merchant company. She had he goes on to describe this woman who apparently had sort of a fearful expression on her face. And Button, as soon as he gets through his description, you recognize the description right away as Deidre.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
Spicy.
And with that, everybody, we're going to stop tonight's adventure, and the next time we play, we're going to be hopefully confronting this Kaltro, who isn't affected by the cold for some reason, and figure out who this mysterious woman is. All right, anything else we want to...
Probably not.
Anything else before we sign off, everyone? Thanks so much for hanging out in the chat. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Don't forget to follow the channel.
There, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you can like and subscribe to support
There
us.
you
We
go.
appreciate that very
And comment.
much. We love seeing your comments in the chat. Don't forget you can turn in chat points or craft points towards making me do stupid stuff. You can name characters such as Dr. Michael Rodriguez, and you can give the party inspiration. Until next time, guys.
Party inspiration.
The link will be right here. Chris, so in post now you have to add the link where I'm pointing.
Oh, I had to put it right there, right where.
Yeah.
Okay, the link's
So
right
you
here. Yeah, you got to click on the fish's purple clam. On that note, guys, we'll see you later. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.